Chapter 909. Master. Outside, the Emperor Blood Tree clan leader's sorrowful voice echoed in the alternate world. Fang Ping's expression did not change. Sensing its crisis, he said calmly, "If you can't beat it, retreat. Master, this little monster has been enlightened by you and gained sentience. This little monster is happy that you've returned. I only regret that I was born a monster and advanced slowly, unable to share your burdens. Master, if there's a next life, this little monster is willing to be a human and fight for you again." Accompanied by the Emperor Blood Tree clan leader's intense mentality fluctuations, an earth-shattering roar suddenly sounded in the outside world. Fang Ping sighed, suddenly a mocking expression on his face. Pathetic, despicable. What was pathetic was that the Emperor Blood Tree clan leader did not even know that he was not its master even at the moment of his death. What was pathetic was that someone schemed against all living beings. Had he ever thought about his former fate as a servant? That was true. They were just servants, just some tree demons. What was that? Unquestionable sword. I thought you were a hero, a tragic figure. For revenge, you entered the catacombs and killed a great emperor. It's not an exaggeration to call you a real man. But now, you're just trash. Hatred has indeed clouded your mind. Fang Ping was disdainful. If he had the same experience as Unquestionable Sword, Fang Ping's only thought would be to become stronger and kill the enemy. Even if he did not have such an experience, he would not do such a thing. Because of resentment and dissatisfaction, he would not even scheme against the humans and demons who died for him. The Emperor Blood Tree clan fought to the death for Unquestionable Sword. 1,000 years of effort, 1,000 years of effort, turned into nothing in an instant. Ironhead, who was cultivating, chuckled when he heard that. Just a guy who hides his head, but shows his tail. How can he be considered a hero? If I were him and didn't die 1,000 years ago, I would take revenge day and night, killing one every 3 years. I would have killed them all by now. Even if I'm killed along the way, it's because I'm not strong enough. I can't blame anyone. Now, he's hiding in the dark. Who knows what he's up to? This kind of person is not worthy of sympathy. At this moment, Wang Ruobing suddenly said, the Demon Emperor might be trying to resurrect his wife. Huh. Everyone was stunned. Wang Ruobing was a little timid under their stares, but she still said, my father said that Unquestionable Sword is different from before. Since he failed 1,000 years ago, he probably changed his mind. Maybe he's already thinking about destroying and creating the world. Creation? This is an ancient legend. When the world is destroyed, all living things come back to life, and the 3 realms reappear. Of course, this was just a legend. Another legend is related to the seed. Fang Ping was stunned once again. He had actually heard news about the seed of rebirth from Wang Ruobing. Rumor has it that the seed of rebirth is a key condensed by the sovereigns after they severed the Great Path. This key had gathered the origin of the myriad Tao, and perhaps it also contained the life source of some people. Perhaps Unquestionable Jian also wanted to seize the seed of rebirth. Perhaps he could find his wife's life force origin and revive her. However, there was another legend that stated that the appearance of the seed of rebirth also came at the cost of all life in the 3 realms. Ping Su, Emperor, not. Therefore, in order to become an emperor, one has to destroy the world. After destroying the world, one has to create a new world. Everything depends on the seed of rebirth. The seed of rebirth contains the origin of life. Perhaps it can resurrect some people. Not. Demon. Maybe demon. Emperor. Demon. The T. Perhaps the Demon Emperor heard about this, which is why he is a little confused now. Fang Ping frowned. Unquestionable Sword wants to snatch the seed of rebirth too? Where is the seed of rebirth? Wang Ruobing said in a low voice, I don't know, but it should be in the human world. It's said that when the earthly emperor celestial dynasty was destroyed, the projection of the earthly emperor was looking at the mortal world. Some powerhouses have also said that the mortal world is full of mortal qi and impetuous people. The source of all Tao is the hardest to be found in the mortal world. Earth. Fang Ping's eyes flickered. I see. Was this rumor spread by the projection of the earthly sovereign, or was it released by some experts? Both. Wang Ruobing explained. Actually, it's not really a rumor. Back then, some great emperors went to the heaven realm and participated in some of the emperor's gatherings. Some emperors said that it was better to leave some hope for the human world at that time. No one had thought of this. Later on, after thinking about it, it was probably referring to the seed of rebirth. Therefore, it is highly possible that the seed of rebirth is in the human world. Fang Ping said in a low voice, then why didn't anyone go to the human world to look for it before? It's not the right time, Wang Ruobing explained. When the earthly emperor celestial dynasty was destroyed, the earthly sovereign said this in the end. It's not the right time. The celestial realm wall has not been broken, the heavenly realm has not appeared, and the three realms have not merged. It's impossible to find the seed of rebirth. When the earthly emperor celestial dynasty was destroyed, some people thought of going to the human world to look for it. However, at that time, some great emperors were injured, and some great emperors were planning to establish sects and lock up the remnants of the earthly emperor celestial dynasty. They restrained each other. Initially, they wanted to look for it later, but then a war broke out, and there was chaos. My father also wanted to look for the seed of rebirth to see if it could save me. Later, my father came back. Father said that I can't go to the human world now. It seems that someone is guarding it. Huh, Fang Ping said in surprise. Tell me in detail. What does that mean? Wang Ruobing shook her head. I didn't ask. He said that someone is guarding the human world, so he can't go now. He can't go either. If he goes, someone will attack him. It seems that someone is secretly protecting the human world, not allowing the great emperors to enter. Who? I don't know. Wang Ruobing shook her head and said, it might be someone from the heavenly realm. It might also be a powerhouse's disciple. Wang Ruobing thought for a while. When the heavenly realm was destroyed, my father said that there were many secrets. It was not just because of a few supreme great emperors. There might be other reasons that caused the heavenly realm to be destroyed. However, some people might not have died. Maybe they are guarding the human world. Heavenly King, subduing. This name appeared in Fang Ping's mind instantly. Heavenly King subduing. It was him. It was definitely him. This old man had been guarding Imperial Sea Mountain since the catacombs passageway opened, preventing the catacombs powerhouses from entering. After that, he even got some of the boundary zone's pinnacles to help guard it together. After connecting the dots, Fang Ping felt that the great Emperor Dragon transformation was probably talking about this old man. Heavenly King, subduing, someone from the heavenly realm. Is he a disciple of someone? At this time, Fang Ping had some clues. In this world, some people wanted to destroy the world. Some wanted to save it. Some had a mission. Some wanted revenge. Now, the various forces were gradually coming to the surface. Heavenly King, subduing, was probably one of the heavenly realm's remnants. The remnants of the Earth Emperor God dynasty. These people were represented by the catacombs' 4 majestic houses, the boundary zones, beyond heaven, and the evil sects and the grand patriarchs who were acting in the dark, and the crazy lone traveler like unquestionable Jian. No, I have to add the neo-martial artists. Fang Ping muttered in his heart. At this time, he saw that Ironhead was also fascinated. He could not help but kick him, scolding, "Why aren't you going out after cultivating? Are you waiting for old Yao and the rest to be beaten to death? Are you addicted to looking at women?" Ironhead looked aggrieved. "I'm listening to secrets. Who's looking at women? Old Yao didn't get beaten to death, right? Besides, you've been cultivating for so long, but I don't see you going out." Helpless as he was, Li Hansong still dashed out quickly. He had just cultivated this array. His golden body was much stronger than old Yao's, reaching the sixth forging realm. As for Fong Ping, he felt that his vitality was about to transform to the extreme. Soon, just as Fong Ping was anticipating, Old Man Li suddenly growled. His golden body flickered, blood-red intertwining. In the blink of an eye, his body expanded dozens of times, becoming a giant. 9 forging! Old Man Li growled, madness in his eyes. Fong Ping could not help but look at the leaving Li Hansong. This fool did not seem to be affected by these crazy thoughts. He was more clear-headed than old Yao earlier. Fong Ping wondered if it was because he absorbed less, or if this guy was really stubborn, not really thinking about these things. Old Man Li's body expanded. Although his eyes were crazy, he managed to maintain his rationality. He said impatiently, "Kid, don't absorb too much. There's something wrong with this vitality. It seems like there are people constantly asking me to kill." Fong Ping nodded, asking quickly, "Is there anything special about your 9th forging golden body?" "Special?" Old Man Li thought for a while before saying, "I'm not sure, but I think when I reach 9th forging, my vitality force might be able to cultivate to 200,000 calories. Fong Ping raised his eyebrows. 1 to 2. Did Old Man Li mean that when he reached peak 9th forging, he could fight Qi Huanyu? Qi Huanyu's current limit was about 400,000 calories. That's strong? But was this the only benefit? Fong Ping had just thought of this when he suddenly scolded himself. His ego was inflated. 9 forging golden body. Invincible below the pinnacle. What was he thinking? Did he think this was the only benefit? This was too awesome. However, was Old Man Li's 9th forging golden body really the same as his own? Fong Ping frowned. He always felt that he should be stronger. Old Man Li's myriad Dao became one. That was the ultimate Dao. If he walked the normal Dao and reached 9th forging golden body, shouldn't he be even more awesome? While he was thinking, Fong Ping's golden body suddenly cracked again. At this time, Fong Ping suddenly felt unbearable pain. His bones were cracking. Immediately after, the energy in his heart surged rapidly, repairing it. This repeated. This time, the speed was faster, and the energy consumed was also greater. The heart was shrinking at a speed visible to the naked eye. Fong Ping took a look and frowned. It was over. This heart was going to be crippled. The energy that was enough to make someone reach emperor level was being absorbed by the few of them, just like that. He absorbed a lot. Old Wang also absorbed a lot. Wang Ruobing was also a big spender. Old Man Li also absorbed a lot. In this way, the 4 of them had almost finished absorbing it. Just as Fong Ping was thinking about this, in his mind, the cat shouted again, "Liar! Pick up the phone." Fong Ping was speechless. He quickly replied in his mind, "Brother Cat, what's wrong?" "It's going to explode. The Emperor's tomb is going to be gone. I'm going to put away my sword and leave later. You guys hurry up and fight. Once you're done, run." There seemed to be a lot of titled true gods outside. "Brother Cat, don't be anxious. How are we going to take this heavenly palace away?" The cat seemed to be stunned for a moment. After a while, he muttered, "You're so greedy. This palace. Ask that blood-red fellow beside you. Heavenly Emperor Zhan. Heavenly Emperor Zhan." The cat seemed to have thought of something and muttered, "I think I've heard of him. He's a very powerful fellow. I heard that big dog once caused trouble for him. He punished Big Dog to study for a year. After Big Dog came back, he was so scared that he didn't dare to look for him anymore. Fong Ping was stunned. So awesome? Punishing Dog to study? Fong Ping suddenly burst out laughing. If Heavenly Emperor Zhan was Old Wang, this method of punishing people was really unique. The cat continued, "Anyway, I'm not going to his place. There's nothing delicious there. If he catches me and punishes me to study, meow, it's too bad. Is that blood-red fellow Heavenly Emperor Zhan? I don't know him very well. I've heard of him. Right, God of War's bow is Heavenly Emperor Zhan's. Sky-piercing arrow. Meow, it's mine." The cat suddenly disappeared. It remembered a serious problem. The sky-piercing arrow that it picked up seemed to belong to someone else. No, it's over. Heavenly Emperor Zhan is dead. Why is he alive again? Do you want me to take it back? No way. I picked it up. I won't give it to him. I'm not familiar with him either. Why should I give it to him? The cat ran very fast this time. Fong Ping also felt the sky-piercing sword trembling, as if the cat was about to take it away. This cat was now worried that the blood-red fellow would wake up and snatch its sword. Of course, it also felt a little guilty. I didn't steal it. I really picked it up. The cat disappeared very quickly. Fong Ping did not know whether to laugh or cry. At this moment, Old Man Li had already charged out. He slashed at an emperor's corpse, causing it to retreat continuously. In just a short while, Old Man Li's strength had skyrocketed. Fong Ping looked at the heart that was about to disappear completely. He looked at Old Wang, then at Wang Ruobing, and suddenly sighed. He could not absorb anymore. At this moment, there was some movement in his golden body, but it seemed like it had not metamorphosed to its limit yet. However, Fong Ping still forced himself to stop absorbing energy. Wealth, for 10 million points vitality, 141,000 calories, 141,000 calories, mentality, 9,499 hertz, 9,499 hertz, destruction force, 70 yuan, storage space, 10,000 cubic meters, plus, energy shield, 1 point/minute, plus, aura simulation, 10 points/minute, plus, origin detailed analysis, 10-100 million points/time. The barrier seems to have been broken, but it still feels like it's lacking something. My vitality strength hasn't reached twice that of a typical rank. 8. Fong Ping vaguely felt that something was still lacking. After thinking for a while, maybe his mentality was still lacking, not enough for metamorphosing. If my mentality exceeds 10,000, my vitality strength can truly reach twice that of a typical rank. 8. Fong Ping suddenly had a clear idea. Even so, the current his vitality strength was equivalent to 8 times that of a typical rank, 8 or 9. This was equivalent to walking 800 meters on the origin path. Golden Body 9 refinements is still extremely worth it. Fong Ping sighed inwardly. Then his gaze flickered slightly. 10,000 Dao into 1. Can origin path further enhance vitality? As for me, I think I can. If Old Man Li was in the origin path realm and could not be enhanced by origin path, although his combat strength was strong, it was not to the extent of defying the heavens. Even if he reached rank 9, his vitality had reached a terrifying 400,000 calories level. Perhaps he could fight the weakest paragon, but 400,000 calories, that was also as difficult as ascending to heaven. What about himself? He was in the Golden Body 9 refinements. If his vitality strength doubled, and he walked the origin path, and doubled again, Fong Ping swallowed. It could not be that defying the heavens, right? If that was really the case, when he reached peak rank 9, if his basic vitality reached about 300,000 calories, Did that not mean that after the origin path enhancement, his vitality would be comparable to a paragon's? Then it would be equivalent to a desperate realm's 600,000 calories, a typical rank 9's one. 2 million calories? Will the origin path still enhance? It should be. Fong Ping swallowed again. It was really hard to say whether Old Man Li would enhance. Maybe it was just an increase in the realm. There might not be any further enhancement. Fong Ping suspected that this was the biggest flaw of myriad Dao unification. As for himself, the probability of enhancement was extremely high. It was much harder for him to forge the Golden Body 9 refinements than it was for Old Man Li. Taking a deep breath, Fong Ping did not think about this anymore. His vitality was just over 140,000 calories. His vitality was equivalent to 8 times that of the average person, which was about 250,000 calories. Fong Ping swung his fist slightly, his gaze moving slightly. His strength control was still not low. In that case, the current him, combined with combat techniques, even if he fought with vitality, the power outburst might also reach 200,000 calories. 70 yuan of destructive power. The enhancement is also not small. If the outburst is 50 yuan, that means I have a 250,000 calories vitality outburst. This had already surpassed some top rank 9, Chang Shanqi, and the others had a limit of 300,000. Strength control was about 90%. Calculating, it was not much different from Fong Ping's outburst. As for Fong Ping, he had only just entered the 9th refinement. He had not completely completed the transformation. Fong Ping's eyes were bright. In that case, if he settled down for a period of time, he might be able to become the number 1 person in rank 8 below the paragon. If I want to complete the transformation, I still need some things, but it's mostly done. Maybe I will become the first powerhouse to fight the Origin Dao Paragon. Old Man Li was almost there. Could his basic vitality reach 400,000 calories? It was almost impossible. If the Origin Dao did not enhance him, he might be able to become a powerhouse that surpassed Qi Huanyu in rank 9, but it would still be difficult for him to fight the Paragon. Fong Ping glanced at Old Wang and Wang Ruobing, who were still absorbing energy, took a deep breath, got up, and walked out of the Golden House. At the same time, the Sky Destroyer trembled, then disappeared quickly. As for the remaining bit of heart, almost in the blink of an eye, the energy completely overflowed, absorbed by Old Wang and Wang Ruobing. The heart was gone. Tian Mu and Wu Chuan did not get this opportunity. Fong Ping felt a little regretful, but the two of them did not necessarily need this. They had already reached this stage. Not having this harvest would not affect anything. Fong Ping, who had stepped on the ground of the alternate world, suddenly felt the ground sink slightly. He could not help but laugh. The strength was too strong. Even the weight had increased a lot. Glancing at the place where Ironhead and the others were fighting, Fong Ping was just about to go and help when suddenly a violent thought arose in his heart. Just kill them all. Hindrance. Fong Ping's expression changed abruptly. Damn it! How could he have such a thought? Kill them all? Kill who? Unquestionable sword. Fong Ping gritted his teeth. This thing was still divided among many people. Even so, he had such a thought. If Old Wang absorbed it alone, then Old Wang might really go completely crazy. His mind was still filled with such violent thoughts. Fong Ping glanced at everyone. He had absorbed more, so he might not be able to restrain himself later. Clenching his fists, Fong Ping panted. Forget it. It was not too dangerous here now. Without the heart, these emperor corpses seemed to have lost their energy source. Their strength had completely stagnated. Wu Chuan and the rest could handle it. On the other hand, Fong Ping snorted. Huayu had not given him his imperishable substance. Since he had turned against him first, Then he would not hold back. Ji Yao too, the martial king's secret art, that was real. However, not everyone could learn old Zhang's secret art. Even if they obtained it, it might not be useful. However, this thing was not given for free. Since Qi Huanyu dared to go back on his words, then he would not hold back. The others did the same. Combat Heavenly Palace belonged to Old Wang. The heart belonged to Old Zhang. In that case, everything here belonged to Old Wang. What belonged to Old Wang was his. There was nothing wrong with that. These people were robbing his things in his home and killing his servants. Although the Emperor Blood tree monster plants were unquestionable sword servants, these trees might have been planted by Old Wang in the past. They might even be considered Old Wang's trees. In that case, they belonged to him again. No matter how Fang Ping thought about it, he still felt that these people were detestable. They robbed his home and even wanted to kill people. Unforgivable. Even if my golden body hasn't completely transformed, it's still extremely powerful. That's right, this time it's finally time for me to show off. I'll kill a few rank 9s and celebrate for me. Fang Ping grinned. Then he stepped on the ground and rose. With a rumble, the ground shook. Fang Ping shot out like a cannonball. In the next moment, he appeared in the cultivation room. At this moment, the battle outside the cultivation room was ongoing. Qi Huanyu was almost here. Among the Emperor Blood Tree clan, only Di Yu was still alive. He was currently resisting Qi Huanyu. Seeing Qi Huanyu, Fang Ping's eyes turned slightly red. He grinned and said, "Old thing, do you really think you're invincible? How dare you behave atrociously in my place?" As soon as he said that, many people were a little surprised. Fang Ping was getting more and more arrogant. Previously, he was only provoking ordinary rank 9s. At most, he would provoke Chang Shanqi and the rest. Now, he even dared to provoke Qi Huanyu. "Look at your grandfather." Fang Ping scolded. He pointed at his chest and laughed. "Come, give me a try. Let's see if you can stab me to death." "You're courting death." Qi Huanyu let out a cold humph. How dare Fang Ping? "I'll give it a try. Come on." Fang Ping laughed. "I want to try this 9th forging golden body that has not been completely achieved. I want to see how good its defense is." Creak. Boom. A sharp sound was heard. Then Fang Ping flew backward, smashed into the wall, and slid down slowly. However, everyone was stunned at this moment. There was a small bloody spot on Fang Ping's chest. A powerhouse like Qi Huanyu could only leave a bloody spot on Fang Ping's chest with a spear attack. One had to know that even a powerhouse like Wu Chuan would be pierced through if he was stabbed by his spear. Although Fang Ping was sent flying, he was grinning at this moment. His golden teeth were exposed. He was smiling brightly and crazily. 9 forging golden body. Qi Huanyu could not kill him. What did this mean? This meant that no one below the peak could kill him. Of course, Qi Huanyu had only used one spear attack. If he had hit the same spot hundreds of times, Fang Ping would also be pierced. However, he was not a dead person. Could he be pierced hundreds of times? Ha ha ha! Rank 9. I'm invincible. Fang Ping laughed wildly, even though he had just slid down from the wall. Qi Huanyu's expression was gloomy. He said word by word, "Golden body, 9th forging." Everyone was silent. Chapter 9-10. At this moment, Fang Ping was extremely arrogant. After laughing wildly for a while, he said with a ferocious expression, "I'll count to 3. Get out of here, and I'll spare your lives. Otherwise, all of you will die." Zhao Xingwu, who was fighting with the Emperor Corpse, suddenly stopped. His Changdao moved slightly, and the Emperor Corpse charged straight at Fang Ping. Some people were too arrogant. Bang! Fang Ping went head-on with the emperor corpse. Both of them collided for a while, and both of them retreated several meters. Fang Ping twisted his neck and laughed. Your physique isn't weak, but that's it. Having said that, Fang Ping glanced at Su Bing and the others. At this moment, Su Bing and the others were fighting with some rank 9s under Ji Yao and the others. Fang Ping glanced around. At this moment, there were only about 30 humans and demons left. Before entering, there were hundreds of humans and demons. In such a short time, many people had died. Ji Yao, Hua Yu, are you sure you want to go against me? Hua Yu glanced at Zhao Xingwu, waved his fan, and laughed. Hua, you doesn't mean that. Fang Ping, if you fulfill the conditions we agreed to, I'll leave this place with my people immediately. Fang Ping glanced at him and suddenly laughed. Hua Yu, return me the imperishable substance. What are you pretending for? You only have 2 rank 9s under you, and you dare to set conditions with me? Where did you get the right? Fang Ping shouted coldly. Hua Yu's expression was a little stiff. Mother asterisk her. This bastard turned hostile too quickly. Yes, he did have 2 rank 9s under him, but he was representing the Sky Plant's royal court now. Was Zhao Xingwu not still here? As he was thinking, Fang Ping looked at Zhao Xingwu and laughed. Leader Zhao, we can discuss this. You're Sino Nation's spy in the catacombs. You want the emperor corpse. Fine, this corpse is yours. After saying that, Fang Ping threw a punch, blasting the emperor corpse that had just rushed over a few meters back, returning to Zhao Xingwu's side. Zhao Xingwu held his saber and moved it a few times, trapping the emperor corpse in front of him. He said lightly, Where's the heart? I've eaten it. Fang Ping burped and laughed. He looked at Qi Huanyu with a playful expression. Qi Huanyu, I've eaten your heart. Out of everyone here, you are the strongest. I'll give you a choice. If you think you have the ability to kill me, then let's continue. If you don't have the ability, we'll stick to the old rules. You'll get one of the emperor's corpses. What's your choice? Qi Huanyu's expression was cold as he said coldly, It's all the same, even if I kill you. That heart is incomparably powerful. It's impossible for you to exhaust it in such a short time. Is he being stubborn? Fang Ping exhaled and shouted, Get up here. Bring the emperor corpse along. We'll play with these fellows. As soon as he finished speaking, Old Man Li, Tian Mu, and Wu Chuan leaped into the air. The 2 emperor corpses behind them caught up with them quickly. Old Man Li chuckled. Without another word, he went straight to Qi Huanyu. Before he even arrived, a sword pierced through the air. The killing intent was so dense that it made people feel nauseous. Old Man Li's eyes were slightly red. He looked slightly manic as he smiled devilishly. Qi Huanyu, have a taste of my sky-piercing sword. Without saying a word, Qi Huanyu also charged out with his spear. The spear and sword collided. Qi Huanyu's perlicue trembled. He had forced Old Man Li back with a single spear strike, but his footsteps were obviously much heavier. 9th refinement. Qi Huanyu glanced at him, then at Fang Ping. He said coldly, Both of you are actually at 9th refinement golden body. Looks like the heart has been absorbed by you. Suddenly, there were 2 more 9th refinement golden body powerhouses. Needless to say, the heart had been absorbed. Qi Huanyu's gaze grew colder. After a long time, he took a deep breath and said, Hand over the sky-crushing sword. I won't make things difficult for you anymore. The heart had been absorbed. Could he really extract it after killing Fang Ping? And the rest? If that was the case, then he would settle for the next best thing. Obtaining the sky-crushing sword would be the same. Sky-crushing sword? Fang Ping laughed. Taking something without any proof. You think it's that easy? Kill that Chang Shanqi, and the sky-crushing sword will be yours. Don't worry, Fang Ping, will not go back on my words this time. If I take the sky-crushing sword away, let my golden body collapse. How about that? Ignorant brat, don't you dare. Chang Shanqi was furious. This time, many people from the Wushang everlasting Rong heaven came, but at this moment, only 2 of them were still alive. Only he and the rank 9 youth from Wushang everlasting Rongtian were still alive. All of this was because of Fang Ping. Previously, Qi Huanyu and the rest attacked them and killed a few powerhouses from Wushang everlasting Rongtian. I don't dare? Fang Ping grinned. Then try it. After saying that, Fang Ping laughed maniacally again. Leave this old thing to me. Qi Huanyu, you want the sky-crushing sword. If I don't give it to you, do you think you can take it away? I'll let you take advantage of it and kill that old man. Fang Ping was talking about Lu Ji. This Grandmaster powerhouse was not weak either. He seemed to have said something unkind earlier. As soon as he finished speaking, Fang Ping had already thrown a punch. Chang Shanqi's eyes were cold. He did not dodge or evade. Instead, he stabbed his spear straight at Fang Ping's eyes. Boom! Fang Ping raised his fist and bombarded the long spear. When the two collided, Fang Ping took a few steps back. A bloody mark appeared on his fist. Chang Shanqi's long spear also trembled, and he took a few steps back. The others' gazes changed slightly. Fang Ping was getting stronger and stronger. Although there was still a slight gap between him and Chang Shanqi, the current Fang Ping was indeed considered a powerhouse of this level. The difference in their explosive power was not too big. Chang Shanqi seemed to feel embarrassed. With a low growl, the long spear in his hand suddenly turned into a giant dragon. The giant dragon swung its tail and whipped toward Fang Ping. Fang Ping stepped on the air and stood on top of the dragon's head in an instant. The Changdao in his hand appeared, and he slashed down. Boom! Another deafening rumble rang out. Fang Ping grinned. It was at this moment that a golden house appeared. This time, the golden house did not trap or kill anyone. Instead, it merged directly into the Changdao. The golden light on the Changdao was incomparably dazzling. Void-piercing kill. Fang Ping growled. The Changdao was unimaginably fast. Not far away, Jiyao, Huayu, and the others were dizzy. The vibrating sound of the saber made them dizzy. Even Qin Fengqing, who was picking up the scraps, staggered and almost fell. Shaking his head, Qin Fengqing looked at Fang Ping and cursed under his breath. Not only was this guy's golden body powerful, but his mentality was also incomparably strong. Rank 8 martial artists no longer used materialized objects, or rather, materialized objects were not powerful enough. However, this guy's materialized objects were still powerful. Right now, it merged into the Changdao. The Changdao even carried a mentality attack. The giant dragon that Chang Shanqi's spear had transformed into let out a painful cry. Its huge body trembled for a moment. In the blink of an eye, it reverted to a spear and shot back toward Chang Shanqi. Chang Shanqi caught the spear, his brows furrowed. This ignorant kid had a lot of tricks up his sleeves. The other party's materialized objects actually had such an amplification effect after he had refined his golden body 9 times. This was beyond his expectations. Under normal circumstances, a powerhouse with a physique like Fang Ping's, even if his mentality was not weak, the amplification effect on martial artists would be limited. Trash! Fang Ping sneered and shouted coldly again, "Those who should stand in line now. I want to distinguish between friend and foe. Otherwise, I'll kill all of you later." "Your name is Fang Ping?" At this moment, the young man from the Forbidden Sea's nameless mountain said lightly, The heart should not have been completely absorbed by you. I came here this time only for this object. I don't covet the heart's energy. After the heart's energy dissipates, there should be a crystallized remnant left. Give it to me, and I won't make things difficult for you. Fong Ping glanced at him. Crystallized remnant? He seemed to have seen it, but it seemed to have been absorbed by Old Wang. How did this guy know so clearly? Seeing that Fong Ping was looking at him, the long-haired young man said lightly, "Nameless Mountain does not care about worldly affairs. This time, I came out of the mountain only for this object. This object might be the remnant of Zhan Tiandi. The crystallization has no effect on others. Nameless Mountain also has other reasons for wanting this object." As soon as he said this, the water buffalo monster Li Wuji suddenly transmitted his voice. "Give this object to me, and my water clan will no longer participate in this matter." These two powerhouses from the Forbidden Sea only wanted this object. They did not even mention the Sky Destroyer sword. Fong Ping raised his brows slightly and smiled. Rumor has it that the Forbidden Sea was formed at the same time as the Heavenly Realm's destruction. Could it be that the Forbidden Sea is related to Zhan Tiandi? Li Wuji growled, his mentality fluctuating again. This matter is already in the past. No one can trace it back. Even the ancient emperors are not clear about it. Fong Ping, hand over this object, and we will retreat. Otherwise, you won't be able to leave today. As soon as he finished speaking, Li Wuji, the young man from Nameless Mountain, Lu Ji, and Chang Shan Qi quickly gathered together. At this time, the battle had also begun to stop. On Huayu's side, the people from Sky Plant's royal court had gathered around Zhao Xingwu. On the other hand, the people from Destiny Royal Court had gathered around Qi Huanyu, including the demon dragon. On the other hand, Diyu and the Devil Swordsman had rushed to Fong Ping's side. The Devil Swordsman's mentality was also fluctuating violently. "Master, this little demon has finally returned." Fong Ping glanced at him and said lightly, "My memory has not fully recovered. The Devil Swordsman. This little demon's name is Jian Yi. Master gave me this name in the past." The Devil Swordsman's mentality fluctuated again. "Master, outside the Emperor's tomb, 3,000 demons from Imperial Sea Mountain have already surrounded the Emperor's tomb. Once the Emperor's tomb opens, I will lead the demons from Imperial Sea Mountain to kill all of them." This was a private transmission to Fong Ping. The Devil Swordsman was not a Lone Ranger. He was the Demon King of Imperial Sea Mountain in the vicinity, and he led many demon powerhouses. This time, he had brought almost all the demons under his command to the bounded domain. Some of them came through the Forbidden Sea, while others came through the underground tunnel. Fong Ping was slightly stunned. The demons from Imperial Sea Mountain had turned out in full force this time, at least in the Nanjiang area. The demons from Imperial Sea Mountain had turned out in full force. There were actually as many as 3,000 of them. Although the number did not mean anything, the demons from Imperial Sea Mountain were not weak. There were more rank 9, more or less, than some of the Forbidden Lands. There should be more than 10 rank 9s, right? The demons were not afraid of death. When they fought, their strength would not be too weak. At this moment, Fong Ping had already felt something different. In the Emperor's tomb, the heart had disappeared. The sky-crushing sword had disappeared, and the surrounding space cracks seemed to be dissipating. If things were not handled here, there might be a true king entering the territory next. Seeing that these people were still dawdling, Fong Ping suddenly shouted, "Then kill! Instructor Li, Senior Wu, kill the people from Grandmaster first." As soon as he finished speaking, everyone rushed toward Changshan Qi and the others. Rumble! A great battle broke out in an instant. Qi Huanyu was currently holding back an emperor corpse. He frowned slightly and looked at Ji Yao, not quite sure what to do. The heart had been absorbed by Fang Ping and the others. What should they do now? Ji Yao strolled over and glanced at the battle scene over there. Seeing Fang Ping taking the lead and fighting Chang Shanqi alone, she transmitted her voice. Grandpa Huanyu, let's defeat an emperor corpse first, then enter the crypt and seize the sky punishing sword. Then we'll leave. Even though Fate King had told her not to snatch the heaven crushing sword, if Qi Huanyu managed to get his hands on it, Fate King might be able to help him take the heaven crushing sword away. The emperor's corpse, the heaven punishing sword, and the heart were probably the most valuable things in the tomb. Now that he had lost his heart, he could obtain something else. In addition to the martial king's supreme art, thinking of this, Ji Yao was no longer interested in accompanying them. As for the crystallized heart that Li Wuji and the other humans and demons wanted, it might be of great use. However, she didn't know what it could be used for, so she didn't need to take risks for it. Upon hearing that, Qi Huanyu did not say anything else. A dazzling spear radiance burst forth from his spear and rapidly surrounded the emperor's corpse. Not far away, Zhao Xingwu was also killing another emperor corpse without saying a word. Su Bing and the rest looked left and right. Previously, they wanted to take down Ji Yao and the rest, but they failed. They were almost surrounded and killed. It was only when Fang Ping and the rest came out that those people ignored them. Now that things had come to this, the heart was gone, and there were many people fighting for the heaven-crushing sword. Looking at the last complete emperor's corpse, Su Bing suddenly said, "Let's take this emperor's corpse. We don't need to care about anything else." Everyone looked at each other. Without another word, they all charged toward the last complete emperor's corpse. They were fighting with the emperor's corpse. Fang Ping let Tian Mu guard the entrance while Old Man Li Wuchuan, Diyu, and Devil Swordsman charged toward Chang Shanqi and the rest. At this moment, Wang Hanyue also stopped attacking. Instead, she retreated near the entrance. Fang Ping did not care about her. He faced Chang Shanqi. Old Man Li faced the youth from Nameless Mountain, Devil Swordsman, and Li Wuji fought, Diyu and Lu Ji fought, and Wu Chuan faced the remaining 4-rank 9 powerhouses. 13 powerhouses, in this narrow space, constantly intertwined and fought. While Fang Ping fought with Chang Shanqi, his mind was spinning. The emperor's tomb was about to break. Without the source of energy, the emperor's tomb's seal would disappear in 10 minutes at most, including the so-called final kill array. Before that, he must reap more benefits, take away Combat Heavenly Palace, and think of a way to leave this place safely with Old Wang and the rest. Maybe someone could deal with powerhouses above rank 9. However, if Fang Ping did not deal with rank 9 now, he might still be surrounded and killed when he got out. Actually, the best way is to kill all the enemies here. I'll restrain my aura and leave secretly with the rest. Fang Ping secretly felt that it was a pity, but he had no way to kill so many powerhouses now. While thinking about this, Fang Ping's movements were not slow. The Changdao in his hand glowed with a dazzling golden glow. The golden house integrated, mixed with a strong mentality explosion, and quickly attacked Chang Shanqi. Chang Shanqi's ability was also extremely strong. When the two of them fought, the aftermath made some people unable to dodge in time. After Old Man Li entered the 9th refinement, his ability had also skyrocketed. Although he did not have the enhancement of Fang Ping's mentality, Old Man Li's vitality was strong, and when he fought, he was also exceptionally valiant. Fang Ping and Old Man Li were very valiant. At this moment, both of their hearts were boiling with killing intent. This was the influence of the heart. However, both of their opponents were also powerhouses. The youth from Nameless Mountain and Chang Shanqi were both peerless rank 9. They would not be killed so easily. Du was already no match for Lu Ji. Wu Chuan's side was also very troublesome. Although he was strong, it was 1 against 4. Even if the remaining few people were not as strong as the previous ones, those who survived until now were not weaklings. This is troublesome. Fang Ping sighed in his heart. Although he pretended to be strong, strictly speaking, he was still slightly lacking against Chang Shanqi and the rest. It was still possible to force himself not to lose. If he wanted to defeat the other party, maybe it would be possible if he dragged it out for a while. However, if he wanted to kill them, Fang Ping almost could not do it. Powerhouses like this were all at the 9th to 10th origin realm. How could they be killed so easily? Not far away, outside the catacombs, the monster dragon was eager to make a move as if it had the intention to go underground. However, at the entrance, Wang Hanyue and Tianmu were both there. The monster dragon was a little wary and did not force its way in. This can't go on. I'm not good at killing people of a higher rank. At the thought of this, Fang Ping suddenly roared, "Trash, after cultivating for thousands of years. This is all you have. Do you think you're worthy to fight me? Senior Wu, I'll leave it to you." As soon as he finished speaking, Fang Ping turned around and quickly exchanged places with Wu Chuan. In the blink of an eye, Wu Chuan and Chang Shanqi were engaged. Both of their abilities were about the same. When they fought, they were evenly matched. At this moment, Fang Ping was also slightly relaxed against the 4 rank 9s. Wu Chuan's ability was still quite strong. Although Fang Ping was strong, his attack power seemed average. In this way, the 4 of them were not in danger of dying. As they were thinking about this, Fang Ping sneered, and the Golden House appeared. It was very difficult for him to kill someone stronger than him. However, killing someone weaker than him was really not too difficult. As soon as the Golden House appeared, not far away, the expressions of the people from the 2 royal courts changed slightly. During the battle in the Magic City catacombs, previously, Fang Ping's Golden House played a huge role. The powerhouse under Hua Yu, Hua Ping, seemed to want to remind these people from Grandmaster. However, Hua Yu shook his head slightly, a playful smile on his face. The people from Grandmaster did not understand Fang Ping very well. This time, they might be at a big disadvantage. As expected, as soon as the Golden House appeared, Fang Ping enveloped them directly. Among these 4, 3 were humans and 1 was a demon. The demons were also from the Forbidden Sea. When Fang Ping enveloped them, the other party did not expect Fang Ping to use his own core materialization to envelop them at all. The core materialization was a martial artist's strength, but it was also their weakness. Once it was defeated, the martial artist mentality would be severely damaged. However, at this moment, Fang Ping did not care at all. These fellows did not know how sturdy his Golden House was. His current mentality had reached more than 9,000 hertz. The Golden House had also become tighter and sturdier. The core materialization was closely related to the strength of a martial artist's own mentality. It was difficult to trap a powerhouse like Qi Huanyu. It was very likely to be broken. However, trapping these people was really not difficult. The Golden House's enveloped 2 humans and 1 demon directly. At first, he did not care about the remaining person. The 3 powerhouses could break out of the encirclement very quickly. However, after he was slashed by Fang Ping several times in a row, only to hear booming sounds, but the 3 rank 9s did not break out of the encirclement. Only then did this person realize that something was wrong. However, it was too late. At this moment, Fang Ping's figure suddenly expanded. He expanded so much that his head was almost poking the roof. Fang Ping's hands also became incomparably huge. The Changdao disappeared abruptly. Fong Ping grabbed that person with one hand, like pinching a chick, holding the other party in his hands. With a violent roar, his hands were incomparably rich in destructive force, squeezing down viciously. No, this person also had the strength of about stage 5 origin. His basic vitality was as high as 140,000 calories. After the enhancement, the strength of his vitality was close to 210,000 calories. Compared to Fong Ping, he was still much weaker, especially since Fong Ping was using destructive force now. The outburst was even stronger. The other party thought that his companions would come out quickly, so he did not think of escaping. Right now, being pinched by Fong Ping, he only felt that his golden body was about to explode. He howled in pain and struggled frantically. Go to hell! Fong Ping roared. With a bang, he crushed his golden body directly. Uffed. Large amounts of golden blood and golden broken bones exploded in all directions. The moment a virtual shadow materialized, it tried to escape without saying a word. The other party's mentality had not been destroyed yet, but Fong Ping would not give him the chance. The divine weapon that had disappeared earlier suddenly appeared in the direction he was escaping to. The divine weapon abruptly turned into a ferocious beast, swallowing the virtual shadow in one gulp. Fong Ping. Resentful mentality waves spread. Immediately after, the sound of glass shattering was heard. The divine weapon Changdao returned to its original state again. There seemed to be faint cracks on the body of the saber. As for the other party's mentality, it had already disappeared. Fong Ping laughed loudly. In a 1 versus 4 situation, he easily killed a stage 5 origin powerhouse. Compared to before, it was incomparable. In the past, he thought that Origin Dao was incomparably powerful. Today, it seemed like it was nothing more than this. Fong Ping, could now be considered to be truly standing at the peak below the absolute peak. And this was just him entering the 9th refinement of the golden body. Damn it! Fong Ping swiftly killed a powerhouse. Chang Shanqi and the others' expressions changed drastically. Qi Huanyu, why aren't you guys making a move? Su Bing, you guys got the Emperor's corpse. With Fong Ping's domineering personality, do you think you can take it away? Everyone roared. They had underestimated Fong Ping. If this went on, Fong Ping might be able to kill the remaining 3 powerhouses quickly. When that time came, they would be in danger. On the human world side, the few rank 9 powerhouses who attacked this time were extremely powerful. In addition, Devil Swordsmen and Diyu were participating in the battle, which made them even more furious and aggrieved. Qi Huanyu and the others were actually still dealing with the Emperor's corpse. Was this something they could take away? Fong Ping's swift killing of a stage 5 origin powerhouse made Qi Huanyu and the others somewhat vigilant. This guy was really getting stronger at a speed visible to the naked eye. Qi Huanyu did not forget that previously in 9 Southern Territory, Fong Ping's strength was only comparable to a stage 1 or 2 origin realm. Not to mention killing, even defeating him, was difficult. How many days had it been? Fong Ping could actually kill a 5th stage origin Dao powerhouse. Initially, Ji Yao said that she would leave after taking the Emperor's corpse and sky-crushing sword. However, at this moment, Qi Huanyu quickly sent a voice transmission to Ji Yao. This person must be killed. He's improving too quickly. Yao, you can't work with him anymore. Previously, he did not pay much attention to Ji Yao and Fong Ping's cooperation. Now, however, he could not ignore it. If this went on, Fong Ping's growth in strength would make him frightened. Black Dragon, you deal with the Emperor's corpse. Qi Huanyu sent a voice transmission to the Demon Dragon. The Demon Dragon was the guardian monster of Destiny Royal Court. a descendant of the mystic dragon. He knew it. Qi Huanyu made up his mind. This time, maybe he should make Fang Ping stay. It was not the first time that he nurtured a tiger. However, even when a war broke out in 9 Southern Territory and Fang Ping and the others killed hundreds of rank 9s, he was not as vigilant as he was now. He did not forget Zhang Tao's words. Zhang Tao had said at that time that he would be Fang Ping's whetstone. Previously, he thought that he did not need to care. Now, perhaps in less than half a year, he would really become Fang Ping's whetstone. Not only Fang Ping, but also Li Changsheng. Both of them had actually achieved Golden Body 9. Such a person had to be killed. When the demon dragon took over the emperor's corpse, Qi Huanyu did not say a word and suddenly charged toward Fang Ping with his spear. At this moment, Zhao Xingwu struck the emperor's corpse with his saber and sent it to where Huayu and the others were. Without a word, he charged toward Qi Huanyu. Bang! A spear and a saber collided in an instant. Qi Huanyu's expression was ugly. I knew that you and the resurrected martial artist are still unclear. Indeed, although he had guessed it, Qi Huanyu was still furious that Zhao Xingwu had stopped him. Heavenly Plant's royal court. Be reckless! How could a person like Zhao Xingwu be left alive? Zhao Xingwu glanced at him and said lightly, "Cut the crap. I was defeated by you before because I was unwilling to fight to the death with you. Since you insist on courting death, I'll grant your wish today." Zhao Xingwu, if you insist on courting death, then I'll send you on your way. While the two of them were talking, they had already started fighting each other. The repercussions overflowed, affecting Fang Ping and the others greatly. These two people were truly invincible below the true king level. The saber and the spear did not look fast, but each move was fatal. The aura on both of them was getting stronger and stronger. Fang Ping's expression suddenly changed. He felt something. These two people were showing signs of qualitative change. Both of their powers were showing signs of a qualitative change at the peak. This had happened to him just now, so Fang Ping could feel it particularly clearly. These two fellows are really not that different from desperate abominations, Fang Ping exclaimed inwardly. Could it be that these two people were going to complete the qualitative change in their strength without being in desperate abominations or the 9 refinements? Chapter 9:11. Rumble. The sounds of explosions were endless. The fight between Qi Huanyu and Zhao Xingwu was terrifyingly powerful. Fang Ping and the others had no choice but to retreat a little to prevent themselves from being affected, just when the fight outside was in full swing. In the alternate world, Wang Jinyang was still wrapped in blood. His aura was getting stronger, but there were no signs of him waking up. Li Hansong and the other 3 were fighting against 3 broken emperor corpses. They were barely holding their ground. Wang Ruobing looked left and right. She was not too nervous, but she was curious. Li Hansong took on the heavy responsibility of defense. He was panting. Is old Wang not awake yet? How much will he improve this time? Without waiting for old Yao to reply, Li Hansong looked at Jiang Chao, who had lost a lot of weight from the beating, and chuckled. This guy seems to be completely lost now. Old Yao, do you think he'll cry when he wakes up? Fatty Zhang's eyes were red from the killing. If he was not guided, he would attack old Yao and the rest. Although the 3 broken emperor corpses were not as powerful as the other 3, they were not to be underestimated. Jiang Chao had just achieved rank 8. He was no match for them. However, this guy was still fighting hysterically even though his flesh and blood were flying everywhere. Li Hansong felt that if Jiang Chao woke up, he would probably doubt his life. Yao Chengjun glanced at the calm Li Hansong. At this moment, Yao Chengjun could not suppress the bloodthirsty impulse. Iron Head, however, was extremely calm. Yao Chengjun killed an emperor corpse with a spear. He could not help but say, "You're really iron-headed." What kind of person was this? Among the few who absorbed the heart energy this time, Jiang Chao was the most affected. Jiang Hao could barely keep his mind clear. The others were more or less affected. However, Ironhead did not seem to have any reaction at all. At this moment, Li Hansong thought of the random transcript and swore, "Old Yao, that random transcript better not be written by you, otherwise just you wait." This guy actually called him an idiot. Although it was something from his past life, it would not do. Cut the crap. Yao Chengjun scolded. Then his gaze changed. "This is bad. This place is going to collapse. Hurry, bring Old Wang up." The other world was about to collapse. The seal was built on the foundation of the heart. Now that the heart was gone, the seal would no longer have any energy to sustain it. It would probably collapse soon. They were anxious to bring Old Wang up and leave this place. And just behind them, dozens of meters away. However, things were a little different this time. Tai Tu and the others knew nothing about it. Beside Wang Ruobing and Old Wang, there was another figure. Wang Ruobing looked at the silhouette. The silhouette was somewhat illusory, but she could roughly make out some things. He was dressed in a long robe, and his long hair was tied up in a simple bun. There was nothing domineering about him. He looked ordinary, and his face could not be seen clearly. The phantom had his hands behind his back, as if he was looking at the two of them. After a long time, the phantom suddenly sighed and said in a calm voice, "He actually gave up. Jean Tiandi, this is beyond my expectations. I think the attraction the heart has for you is beyond anyone's imagination, but you are able to restrain this desire." Wang Jinyang, who had been wrapped in the blood cocoon, now had his face drained of blood. He opened his eyes slightly and looked at the shadow. After a while, he said slowly, "He is him and I am me. I have always thought that Wang Jinyang is just Wang Jinyang and not someone else. I am not Jean Tiandi, nor am I a resurrected warrior. I am me." It's easy to say, but difficult to do. The phantom sighed and laughed softly. "Don't you think it's a pity? After absorbing the heart's power, you will definitely become an emperor-level warrior. Furthermore, the 6 emperor-level warriors will also become your puppets. What's there to pity?" Wang Jinyang was indifferent. The phantom laughed again. "Don't you resent giving your power to an outsider and making him stronger? Unquestionable, Jian. It seems like I have overestimated you." Wang Jinyang said calmly, "That's not my power. It's external power. Since you have asked me so much, can I ask you a few questions?" "Sure, but I'm about to dissipate. I might not be able to answer." The phantom laughed again. His laughter lasted for a long time, but Li Hansong and the others nearby did not sense it at all. "You should still be alive. Are you living under the identity of unquestionable Jian, or are you living as someone else? Is there a difference?" Unquestionable Jian smiled faintly and said, "A title is just a title, be it Demon Emperor, Unquestionable Jian, or others. What's the difference?" Wang Jinyang did not ask about this. He said again, 1,000 years ago, you killed your way into the catacombs and killed those powerhouses who schemed against you. We all admired you. Why did such a huge turn of events happen? And you want to hide in the dark? You really understand me?" Unquestionable Jian chuckled and said, "How much do you know about what happened 1,000 years ago? Have you been to the Hall of Myriad Origins? I've said it before, I'm just a deserter, an abandoned disciple. You don't have to overestimate me. Just like you said, you are you, and I am me. I'm not a hero in your eyes. I kill for revenge. I'm hiding because I want revenge. I hate this world. I hate everything. Who killed your wife back then?" This time, Unquestionable Jian did not answer. Wang Jinyang did not pursue the matter. He said again, "You lured me here this time. Did you really calculate that I would come here 1,000 years ago, or did you just have this plan recently because of fate? Is there a difference?" "Of course there is." Wang Jinyang looked at him. "It's impossible for a wisp of your mentality projection to exist from 1,000 years ago until now. You must have left it here recently. Either you've always been here, or you've been here recently." Wang Jinyang said calmly, "I've been here recently. Does your master know? If he knows, then your identity will be exposed. If he doesn't know, then it means that you're stronger than imagined. You can even hide it from your master easily." And then, unquestionable Jian laughed. "Although I don't want to boast, I'm indeed very strong. Heavenly Emperor Zhan, if you still have the combat strength you had in your past life, maybe you're qualified to compete with me. The you now is too far away." Wang Jinyang laughed. "Maybe. One last question. You know me, Fang Ping, and the rest, right?" Unquestionable Jian was still laughing, but he did not answer. "I think I understand now. You really do know us. But there are too many people who know us. We might not be able to catch you. Unquestionable Jian, you've done wrong this time. If you talk nicely, maybe Fang Ping will help you. You just had to choose this method. You'll only make Fang Ping hate you. You'll be in big trouble." Fang Ping, Unquestionable Jian, laughed again. "Have you, Heavenly Emperor Zhan, also fallen to this state? Even you're placing your hopes on Fang Ping. Can Fang Ping really do it?" Unquestionable Jian laughed and let out a long sigh. "I thought you'd ask about yourself, but you didn't. But since we've met, let's have a chat. Do you know where I got your heart from?" Wang Jinyang said nothing. "In misery." Unquestionable Sword smiled and said, "In the sea of bitterness, where the heavenly realm fell. But there's only your heart, nothing else. The reason why I know it's Heavenly Emperor Zhan's heart is also related to Heavenly Battle Palace. I found Heavenly Battle Palace there." "What are you trying to say?" Wang Jinyang was still calm. Unquestionable Jian laughed. His laughter was indifferent. "Maybe your flesh and other parts of your body are there too, including some other things. Are you interested in taking a look? Not only you, there are also those two." As he said that, Unquestionable Jian pointed at the Ironhead duo who were still fighting. "I think I've sensed their aura before. It's not too obvious, but they should be in that area." The Skyfall land. Unquestionable Jian laughed again. "It's not far from the Great Change. If you guys do things step by step now, can you really have the power to turn the situation around before the Great Change? Do you have that ability? Perhaps if you find your past body, even if you can't use it completely, you can still strengthen yourself like this time. Are you encouraging me to go to the Forbidden Sea? To the Skyfall land?" "Yes." Unquestionable Jian laughed. "I'm encouraging you. Just like this time, you clearly knew that this place is dangerous, but didn't you still come? Unquestionable Jian, plot against people. Maybe there's a conspiracy, but most of it is an overt plot." Unquestionable Jian's apparition became fainter and fainter. "The Skyfall land. You guys will go there sooner or later. As for the specific place, ask the cat. It should still remember." As soon as he finished speaking, Unquestionable Jian's apparition dissipated completely like water ripples. The blood cocoon on Wang Jinyang's body slowly shattered. Beside him, Wang Ruobing looked at the direction where the apparition shattered and suddenly laughed. "Unquestionable Jian, the Devil Emperor is really bad." Wang Jinyang opened his eyes and looked at her. Wang Ruobing snickered. "He purposely excluded me because he wanted me to tell others, to tell my father that I know the secret of the Skyfall land. The Skyfall land is actually where the celestial realm is. Many people went there to search, but couldn't find it. It seems like someone found it, but many people died. It seems like that big dog also died there. After that, there was no news of the Skyfall land. The Devil Emperor said that the cat knows and found many things. If the news spreads, my father might be tempted. At this point, Wang Ruobing sighed. My father is reaching the end of his lifespan. Maybe he really will go to the Skyfall land to find some things. Right now, only the cat knows the news. Wang Jingyang interrupted. We once obtained a celestial realm map fragment. It was given to us by Celestial Dharch Guanming. No way. Wang Ruobing shook her head. Celestial Dharch Guanming seems to have gone with the big dog. Back then, there were many experts, so they could resolve the dangers along the way. Even so, many experts died. So that path is wrong. Also, the big dog is dead, and there is no one to lead the way. Now, they might not be able to find it because the sea of bitterness is changing. Since the cat knows, if the cat leads the way, they might be able to reach the Skyfall land safely. Should they go through all the dangers and risk dying on that path, or find the cat and force it to lead the way? Wang Jingyang instantly understood this point. After a while, he said in a low voice, Unquestionable Sword is really plotting against the cat. I don't know, Wang Ruobing said softly. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. The big dog is dead, and I don't want father to take the risk. The big dog was very powerful back then. My father said that he won't settle the score with it, which means that it is stronger than my father at his peak. Now, that father is injured. I would rather father live until he dies of old age. Wang Ruobing said with some sadness. Her father's time was coming. It shouldn't have been so fast. Her father was strong, and the stronger he was, the longer he lived. But for her father had spent a lot of energy to seal, release, and seal all these years. This way, he didn't even have time to recover. How could he last until the end? Seeing her sadness, Wang Jingyang said, Are your injuries healed? I don't know. Wang Ruobing shook her head. I don't know how my injuries are. Every time they act up, my father will seal me. But I still have to thank your heart, the energy of your heart. You're welcome. That's not mine. As Wang Jingyang said that, Tai Tu suddenly scolded. Old Wang, you came to help when you woke up. What are you talking about with a woman? Did you see a woman and can't walk anymore? Have you forgotten about your little wife at home? Wang Jingyang chuckled and got up. The blood cocoon on his body fell off. As he walked, he said with a smile, Jealous? Jealous my ass. Tai Tu scolded. What was this guy thinking? Why would I be jealous? Since when did you develop this bad habit of scolding people? Wang Jingyang laughed again. At this moment, a blood-red bow appeared in his hand. The moment the bow appeared, the entire space shook. The previously dim longbow seemed to have brightened up quite a bit. War God bow. Wang Jingyang looked at the bow in his hand and chuckled. It's just a weapon. Although I'm not War God Dharch, I don't mind borrowing the weapons of others. You don't have to be so stupid. As he said that, a blood-red arrow appeared. The moment the arrow appeared, the entire space shook again. Wang Jingyang pulled the bow into the shape of a half-moon. Wang Jingyang shouted, and the blood-red arrow shot through the air, creating waves of blood along the way. Seeing this, Wang Jingyang wasn't surprised. Instead, he was disappointed. It was very powerful. If this arrow was shot outside the emperor's tomb, it might be able to break through space. But the waves of blood were too big. Wang Jingyang thought of the stone target in the courtyard. He could imagine that when War God Dharch shot that arrow, it was very ordinary. All the energy was contained in the arrowhead, and there was no leakage. The blood waves were huge. This was caused by the leakage of energy. It was not a good thing. Although I can't deny my previous life, I have to admit that War God Tharch is strong. Wang Jinyang murmured. Not far away, Tai Tu was shocked by this guy's sudden strength. He couldn't help but complain. That's enough, old Wang. Why are you so shameless now? Aren't you talking about yourself when you say, War God Tharch is strong? As he spoke, the arrow had already pierced through a Tharch corpse. Only half of the Thearcha's head was left. Not only that, the waves of blood covered the Tharch corpse and were eroding its golden body. It was even absorbing the blood in its body to strengthen its corrosive power. The blood in these Tharch corpses almost all flowed out from the heart. At this moment, Wang Jinyang used the war god bow to absorb a large amount of energy from the heart. When he shot an arrow, the damage was greater than that of an ordinary warrior. Chi-chi sounds were heard. This Tharch corpse, which was comparable to a level 1 or level 2 original Tao sources, was now moving very slowly. Its broken face seemed to be in pain. Wang Jinyang didn't reply. Tai Tu drew his bow again. This time, as he drew his bow and shot an arrow, old Wang suddenly looked into the distance. The alternate world wasn't big. Old Wang seemed to have seen something or sensed something. His brows moved slightly. At the same time, in the Forbidden Sea, the cat grabbed the heaven punishing sword. Its face was full of sadness as it said, "This is mine. I picked it up. It doesn't have an owner. Meow, that blood-red guy is so annoying. He wants to steal my heaven punishing sword." The cat felt extremely wronged. "I picked it up. Picked it up as mine." Fang Yuan looked at the small sword in its claws. The small sword was trembling. She asked curiously, "Is this Brother Wang's?" "No. It must be. You said it's the blood-red guy's. It must be Brother Wang's." Fang Yuan said with a smile, "Brother Wang and my brother are very close. What's his is my brother's, and what's my brother's is mine. Big cat, this sword is mine." The cat almost rolled its eyes. "Robber! Your brother is a liar, and you're a robber. How dare you try to rob me? I'll stab your fat little face to death." Azure Cat was furious and stopped showing off its sky-punishing sword. It kept the trembling sky-punishing sword back into its storage equipment. Fang Yuan stared at the cat for a while. It didn't seem to have a storage ring. However, it always took out a lot of things every time. Where did it hide the storage equipment? Fang Yuan was peeping. The cat seemed to be quite pleased with itself as it wagged its tail. "Want to find it? Want to steal it? No way. I sleep for a long time. How can I not be on guard? Big Dog used to steal things when I was asleep, but it didn't succeed." The cat was secretly pleased. It looked at the gloomy imperial tomb in front of it and said, "It's going to break. Let's go." "Go." Fang Yuan said hurriedly, "My brother is still inside. Didn't you say there are a lot of powerhouses outside?" "Yes," the cat said matter-of-factly. "It's because there are a lot of powerhouses that I have to go. Otherwise, they'll beat me up if they find out I'm here. I don't fight. They didn't see me take the heaven punishing sword, so they won't beat me up." At that, the cat suddenly put on an innocent and wronged expression. "I didn't take the heaven punishing sword. Why would they beat me? I'm just a cat. I'm so wronged and naive. I won't take it." Fang Yuan was dumbfounded. "I almost believed what you said. This cat is acting cute. If I weren't here, I would really believe that the cat didn't take it." How could such a cute cat do something like that? Bad cat. The thought came to Fang Yuan's mind at that moment. This cat was not a good person either. Fang Yuan did not know that when the subduing heavenly king first saw the cat, his first thought was, "There's nothing good about the cat or the dog. Would a good cat steal food from the royal family? It was not the first time. Although Fang Yuan did not know that, she said hurriedly, "Big cat, you took the sword. My brother is inside. Will he be fine?" "I didn't take it." The cat denied. Fang Yuan almost vomited blood. "You're lying through your teeth. There's no one else here. Why are you denying it?" "Fine, fine, fine. You didn't take it. The sword flew here on its own. I was talking about my brother." The cat was satisfied. "Yes, the heaven-punishing sword flew here on its own. I didn't take it." After some thought, the cat scratched its whiskers. "He should be fine, right? The fake human emperor and little fatty are over there." As it spoke, the cat wagged its tail and suddenly looked at the forbidden ocean behind it. It said with a smile, "All right, I'm going to make my move. Little fatty, you see that? I'm going to deal with a great emperor. You have to get the scammer to pay me 100 million. No, 1 billion. Fang Yuan stared at it blankly. Why does this cat want so much money? The cat ignored her. A fishing rod appeared in its hand. It grunted and said, "Fishing? No, I'm fishing for a water buffalo. There's a huge water buffalo over there. It's huge. It looks familiar. Is it someone's mount?" The cat muttered, "Whatever. I'm going to fish for a water buffalo. The water buffalo seems to be coming. I don't care about anything else. I'll see if I can catch a water buffalo and roast it for dinner." Small water buffaloes were tasteless, but a big one might taste good. The cat patted Jiao with its tail and said unhappily, "Hurry up, I'm going fishing. Let's see if we can have a buffalo feast tonight." Jiao could not help but transmit, "How powerful is it?" Titled True God, Jiao was dumbfounded. "Stupid cat, are you going to die? You want to fish for a great emperor? If you want to die, you can do it yourself. I'm not going." Such a powerful being could kill it with a single move. It was not going to die. The cat seemed to see through its cowardice and said angrily, "You're such a coward. I've fished one before. But Big Dog was still alive then. Puppy, you're a disgrace to your big dog." Jiao was speechless. The cat said again, "Don't be afraid. It'll be fine. If we can't catch it, we'll drag the water buffalo to find Big Crow. When Big Crow meets the water buffalo, they'll definitely fight." "Yeah, I'm so smart." The cat was proud. "Yes, I'll do that." After a while, in the depths of the Forbidden Sea, an earth-shaking roar came out. "Damn it! God restraining staff. Damn it, didn't this thing disappear? Who is it?" A huge roar resounded throughout the Forbidden Sea. Following that, under the shocked eyes of some powerhouses, an incomparably tall water buffalo, nearly 1,000 meters tall, was dragged in the air above the Forbidden Sea, tearing through the air rapidly. Black cracks continuously shattered. The water buffalo struggled violently, roaring endlessly. In the direction of Mount Imperial Sea, Heavenly Emperor Dragon Transformation rubbed his forehead and muttered, "Water Shui, this guy offended the cat." The god restraining staff seemed to be in the cat's hands, right? Whether it was or not too clear, but there was a high probability that it was in the cat's hands. And the cat, this guy, fell out with the buffalo. If this emperor didn't remember wrongly, didn't the cat have a pretty good relationship with this water buffalo in the past? He often went to find this buffalo together with Heavenly Dog circling around this buffalo. He had seen it a few times. Why did he fall out now? Heavenly Emperor Dragon Transformation shook his head slightly. Never mind, this was their business. He would not get involved. Chapter 9:12. Inside the Emperor's Tomb. In the bedroom, Fang Ping's eyes were blood red. With a roar, cracks appeared on the Changdao. With a slash, a person was cut in half. Die! The golden house fell vertically, smashing directly into the other party's mentality. With a bang, the mentality was smashed. No, a bitter, unwilling roar was heard again. Fong Ping panted heavily, looking at the man and the demon who were attacking the golden house frantically. He smiled evilly. Kill both of them. As for Zhao Xingwu and Qi Huanyu, who were fighting not far away from him, he was not in the mood to care. These two fellows were too strong. He was no match for them now. Not to mention now, even if he was at peak 9 refinement, Fong Ping felt that he would be in danger. These two fellows were getting stronger as they fought, vaguely showing signs of transformation. It was not transformation toward the peak, but the essence of their strength was transforming. In this way, the two of them might be able to fight at the peak if they were less than 1,000 meters away from each other. Fong Ping was actually very surprised. Qi Huanyu did not mention it. How did Zhao Xingwu become so strong? This old man was not this strong in the past. Not far away, Chang Shanqi and the rest were fighting with all their might. Old man Li had the upper hand against the nameless mountain youth. The nameless mountain youth was a little annoyed and unwilling. Although this person was at Golden Body 9 refinement, he was not afraid of Li Changsheng. After all, he had just advanced. His strength had not reached peak yet. The key was that these people recovered too quickly. All of them drank the imperishable substance like water, some when they were injured, some when their strength was depleted, some when they were annoyed. How could they fight like this? The nameless mountain youth was holding a thin sword. At this moment, he was also extremely helpless. Moreover, these human martial artists' fighting style was too reckless. They were fighting directly. He could not use many of his techniques here. The place was too small. With so many powerhouses gathered here, it was difficult for him to use them. At this moment, Fong Ping suddenly ignored the two rank 9s who were trapped. He turned around and rushed toward Ji Yao. Ji Yao's expression changed slightly. Her strength was only at rank 8 not long ago, but she was not afraid of those rank 9. Although Zhao Xingwu was very strong, she was not afraid. However, when Fong Ping rushed toward her, Ji Yao felt really uneasy. There were 2 rank 9 powerhouses by her side, but this did not give her a sense of security. Ji Yao saw that Fong Ping was walking toward her without a care in the world. She could not help but shout, "Fong Ping, what are you doing?" "Kill you." Fong Ping's eyes were blood red as he said, "Ji Yao, you've taken my benefits, and you dare to turn your back on me. Even if I can't kill Qi Huanyu now, I'll kill him sooner or later. I'll kill you first." Ji Yao took a step back. Nearby, Huayu was also a little wary of Fong Ping. At this moment, he hurriedly called back the 2 level 9 guards who were guarding him and prepared to retreat. Seeing that Huayu was about to leave, Fong Ping yelled, "Huayu, leave that thing behind, and I'll let you go. Otherwise, none of you will be leaving today." Huayu's expression was extremely stiff. Fong Ping's side did not have the upper hand. At this moment, the 3 monarch corpses were just messing around. The demon dragon was dealing with one, while Su Bing and the others were dealing with the other. Previously, they were also fighting one. In fact, they had already expressed their stance that they would not meddle in Fong Ping's affairs. In the end, Fong Ping took an inch and wanted a foot, becoming more and more arrogant. Fong Ping did not care about this. His aura was like a rainbow, and he quickly attacked Ji Yao and the others. The 2 rank 9 powerhouses did not waste any time either. With a roar, they attacked one after another. Fong Ping kicked out. The tip of his foot was like a sword kicking through the void. Bang! With this kick, the rank 9 combat boots erupted with a dazzling light, and one of the people's arms was kicked until flesh and blood splattered. Both of their expressions changed slightly. One of them shouted in a low voice, "Your Highness, leave first." Not only them, but the powerhouse who was Hua Yu's guardian also shouted, "Your Highness, leave first." "Prince, leave." Chang Shanqi and the others also shouted. This place was getting more and more dangerous. It was so dangerous that they could no longer protect these important people now. Fang Ping grinned again. "Wanna leave? Don't leave. Previously, all of you were so arrogant. Who do you think you are? You bunch of trash, relying on some bullsh *T Emperor's protection. How dare you?" Fang Ping clamor. At this time, the supreme everlasting celestial prince who did not participate in the battle shouted, "Fang Ping, once the emperor's tomb is broken, let's see if you can still be so arrogant." "Idiot! Don't worry, I will continue to be arrogant for you to see." At this moment, Fang Ping was really arrogant to the extreme. Ji Yao looked at his blood-red eyes and suddenly said, "You're affected by external forces?" "No, it's just my nature." Fang Ping laughed and said, "I've been holding back for too long. I've long wanted to kill a few important people for fun. You people, what right do you have to scheme against us? What right do you have to despise us? We, the neo-martial artists, go through fire and water, live toward death. We've suffered more than you, suffered more injuries, and we've been fighting all our lives. It's fine if you people live like princes, but you still have to scheme against us, despise us. What right do you have?" Fang Ping laughed. Which of the neo-martial artists who had reached rank 3 did not spend their days in constant battles? What right did these people have to despise, scheme, and look down on them? Each and every one of them regarded martial artists in the human world as ants. Did they deserve it? As he spoke, Fang Ping allowed one of them to slash his head. A stream of pale golden blood flowed down, but Fang Ping did not care. He held his saber with both hands and slashed horizontally. Bang! A rank 9 powerhouse was slashed in the waist. Blood and flesh flew everywhere. At this moment, the remaining man and demon in the gold house roared and gave it their all. Cracks began to appear in the gold house. These rank 9s had been attacking for a long time. Now that Fang Ping was dealing with 2 rank 9s, it gave them a chance. Zhao Xingwu, who was fighting Qi Huanyu, frowned slightly and said in a low voice, "Fang Ping, enough is enough." Fang Ping was arrogant earlier. He thought he was intimidating the others. But now he was not intimidating. This guy actually wanted everyone to stay. At the same time he attacked Ji Yao, he forced his way toward Hua Yu. This way, he would have to deal with 6 rank 9s alone, and this was under the situation where 2 of them had been killed. Fang Ping was crazy. Fang Ping was not crazy. Right now, he was clear-headed, but he was a little violent. These people deserved to die. He hated this feeling. Everyone had the attitude of treating everyone else as ants. Everyone thought that Earth was insignificant. If they wanted to kill them, they had to stick their heads out for them to chop off. On what basis? Indignation. Anger. You guys cultivate your martial arts. We'll cultivate ours. If you want to walk the path of emperors, that's your business. If you can't walk the path of emperors, then you have to resign yourself to fate. Why must you plot against everyone? And this included himself. He was indignant. This time, although he had obtained Old Wang's heart, he had always been passive. Passively coming here. Passively seizing the heart, passively absorbing the heart's energy, passively doing everything. He did not like this feeling. Like a mad demon, Fang Ping was fighting with 4 rank 9s in the blink of an eye. In the gold house, the 2 rank 9s were fighting so hard that the cracks in the house were getting bigger and bigger. It looked like they were about to break out of the house. The emperor's corpse that was attracted by Hua Yu and the rest earlier was also getting involved now, making the situation even more chaotic. At this moment, everyone saw a shocking scene. Fang Ping suddenly grabbed a rank 9, headbutting the other party madly. Bang, 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 explosion! Fang Ping allowed the others to attack him. More and more wounds appeared on his body, but he still managed to smash the other party's head. Golden blood and flesh burst out, splashing onto Fong Ping's face. Seeing how crazy Fong Ping was, Ji Yao and Hua Yu looked at each other. Without another word, they turned around and left. This guy was really crazy, and he was very scary. When Fong Ping went crazy, it made their hearts palpitate. At this moment, Old Wang and the rest walked out and saw this scene too. Old Wang frowned slightly and said softly, "This guy, I really thought he was calm in the face of all things." Ironhead rolled his eyes and said, "You've overestimated him. This guy is petty and unscrupulous. How can he be calm in the face of all things? But then again, are you all right?" "I'm fine." Old Wang shook his head lightly and said, "I'll be fine after venting a little. I've been holding it in." "What about you?" Tai Tu asked. Old Wang chuckled and said, "I'm not sullen. I live with an open mind. Actually, he's shouldering a lot of our pressure. He's the most promising prodigy of this era. He has to support MCMAU, the Heavenly Division, and even Sino Nation and humans. His life is actually more tiring than ours. If it weren't for him, do you think we'd be so relaxed now?" Many things were shouldered by Fong Ping. Among them, Fong Ping was the youngest, had the shortest time to practice martial arts, and did not have the best temperament. However, this guy was arrogant and conceited. He shouldered everything. He wanted nothing more than to take responsibility for everything and settle it all. On MCMAU's side, some people had died, but this guy wanted to kill his way through the catacombs and kill everyone. Wang Jinyang suddenly sighed softly. Being in the same era as Fong Ping was both fortunate and unfortunate. Fortunately, they had a fool who was willing to hold up the sky. Unfortunately, they were also completely overshadowed by Fong Ping. Glory was also pressure. Old Wang could understand why Fong Ping was crazy and sullen now. Fong Ping was still conscious, which meant that he was not controlled by something in the heart's energy, but he still chose to indulge himself. This was different from Jiang Chao, who was completely out of control. Ironhead grinned and did not say anything else. He tossed the unconscious Jiang Chao, and Jiang Hao aside, leaped into the air, and headed straight for Fong Ping. He laughed loudly and said, "Come, let's indulge ourselves today. Does anyone dare to provoke this group of bastards?" As soon as he finished speaking, his divine armor appeared, and his iron fist shook the sky. He threw a punch at a rank 9 powerhouse. He did not block or defend, letting the other party hit him. At the same time, Wang Jinyang drew his bow again. A blood arrow shot out, a second, a third. Countless blood arrows danced in the air, shooting in that direction. Yao Qingjun also chuckled softly. The long spear suddenly turned into nothingness, disappearing into the air. The void fluctuated slightly. In the blink of an eye, a rank 9 powerhouse let out a muffled groan and growled, "Immortal deity attack, be careful." They were all rank 8, but at this time, they did not care about the difference in strength, joining forces to kill the rank 9 powerhouses. At the periphery of the crowd, Qin Fengqing watched for a while, rubbed his chin, and suddenly cursed, "They've become stronger again. All right, I can't pick up the corpses anymore. I have to find someone to kill." As soon as he finished speaking, he suddenly looked at Fong Ping, who was about to leave. Without another word, he rushed over with his saber. This guy did not even say a word now, just killing silently. Seeing this, Hua Yu cursed in his heart. These people must be crazy. He was a rank 8 martial artist who did not participate in the battle. Not only did Fong Ping clamor, but now even a rank 7 martial artist dared to attack him. The battle was getting more and more intense. At this moment, Tian Mu was no longer guarding the entrance. He quickly rushed toward Lu Ji. You seem to be unable to hold on any longer. At this moment, the only one who was not involved was Wang Hanyue. Wang Hanyue looked at Wang Ruobing with concern. Wang Ruobing glanced at the chaos in the bedroom, shook her head, and said, "Let's go, we're not participating. I might have already gotten what father wanted me to get. Senior sister, let's go." Then, Wang Hanyue wanted to say more, but Wang Ruobing did not care and walked straight out. As she walked, she looked at Li Hansong and the rest, murmuring, "I'm sorry, Uncle Armor. I can't drag my father into this." She would not let Wang Hanyue take action, even if they might save her this time. But her father was old, reaching the end of his lifespan. She did not want her father to fight when he was old. The people here were all disciples of some great emperors. If they were killed, it would easily lead to emperor-level powerhouses taking action. Wang Ruobing sighed softly and walked out of Combat Heavenly Palace with Wang Hanyue. Although everyone saw it, no one stopped them. It would be best if Dragon Transformation did not participate. Moreover, Wang Ruobing was Dragon Transformation's most beloved descendant. It would be best if they did not have a conflict with her. "Kill. Senior brother, save me." The sounds of killing were getting more and more intense. Fang Ping was bathed in blood. Like a mad demon, he teamed up with Old Wang and the rest and killed another rank 9 powerhouse. There were a total of 6 rank 9s who surrounded him before. In this short period of time, he killed another 2. At this moment, Chang Shanqi and the rest were also anxious. Not only that, everyone also felt some changes in the Emperor's tomb. Chang Shanqi shouted, "The Emperor's tomb is about to open completely. Everyone, hold them back. Don't let Fang Ping and the rest leave." On this trip to the Emperor's tomb, these people were here for the Emperor's corpse. This was actually secondary. The Emperor's corpse might not be able to be separated from the Tao. This time, many people's goal was the Sky Punishing Sword. But now, where was the Sky Punishing Sword? The underground palace was already collapsing. Everyone could see this. Fang Ping and the rest would not let go of the Sky Punishing Sword. Moreover, Fang Ping had controlled the Sky Punishing Sword before. That meant that the Sky Punishing Sword was most likely kept by Fang Ping. At this moment, the Emperor's tomb was about to open. They could not give Fang Ping a chance to escape. "Leave." Fang Ping grinned. "I won't leave. Don't worry, I won't leave until I kill all of you. A bunch of thieving people, like you think you're worthy of me escaping?" While he was talking, Tai Tu transmitted his voice. "Run. They're really going to continue. If we don't run, when the Emperor's tomb opens later, we'll be in big trouble. Are there any of our people outside?" Yao Chengjun also transmitted his voice rapidly. "Take the underground passageway. Didn't Jiang Chao say before that War King would meet us outside the passageway? Find the place first. When the Emperor's tomb collapses, we'll retreat immediately." Everyone coming here was not really unprepared. War King going to the passageway previously actually had the intention of meeting them. However, everyone probably did not expect that the current situation in the Emperor's tomb would develop somewhat unexpectedly. Fang Ping led everyone and became enemies with everyone. As for Diyu and Devil Swordsman, they were tricked by Fang Ping. Otherwise, these demons would also be enemies with Fang Ping's side now. Fang Ping's gaze changed slightly. He suddenly looked at Devil Swordsman and Diyu and shouted coldly, "You guys self-destruct. Kill as many as you can." "Fang Ping," Old Wang shouted in a low voice, frowning slightly. He wanted to kill these demons previously too. However, he was actually clear-headed now. These demons were just abandoned pawns that unquestionable Jian had thrown away. Now, these demons were still fighting for them. letting them self-destruct just like that. Although Old Wang knew that this was actually a good idea, he still could not bear it. Fang Ping took a deep breath and transmitted his voice. I'm not crazy. I'm very clear-headed. These demons may or may not be innocent, but as long as they know that I'm a fake, unquestionable Jin, Old Wang, they are our enemies. I don't feel good either, but they only recognize unquestionable Jin. I don't want to leave any hidden dangers by my side. Impersonating unquestionable Jin and their master is more serious than killing them. Old Wang, I can't take the risk. Although Wang Jinyang could not bear it, he still agreed with Fang Ping's words at this time. These demons could not be left alive. They were unquestionable Jian's servants. They had not wavered for 1,000 years. They could not be reformed. Once Fang Ping was exposed, then their hatred for Fang Ping would definitely not rest until one of them died. Then kill them, but they might not self-destruct. As he spoke, Du's mentality suddenly trembled for a while. He suddenly charged toward Lu Ji and self-destructed with a rumble. It was so straightforward that it was shocking. Master, this little demon can no longer listen to Master's teachings. Du's slightly sad mentality fluctuation reverberated in the hall. Lu Ji spat out a mouthful of blood, his face pale. At this time, Tian Mu seized the opportunity. His iron fists bombarded, attacking hundreds of times in a row. Lu Ji's golden bones cracked, and his internal organs shattered. At this time, Monster Swordsman was also eager to make a move. Li Wuji, who was fighting it, had his mentality fluctuating violently. You're crazy! Fang Ping might not be the demon emperor. This big water buffalo was also nervous at this time. They were all crazy. The humans and demons here today were all crazy. They were crazier than the demons in the Forbidden Sea. A powerhouse like Monster Swordsman was actually going to self-destruct just because of Fang Ping's command. If this went on, it might fall here. Li Wuji suddenly turned around and ran. He was not fighting anymore. Monster Swordsman was going to self-destruct. How could they still fight? As Li Wuji ran, Chang Shanqi and the rest also felt immense pressure. Li Wuji ran, Lu Ji was almost done for, and Fang Ping and the rest also had the absolute upper hand. At this moment, there were still two battles. The demon dragon was fighting an emperor's corpse. Su Bing and the rest were also surrounding and killing an emperor's corpse. However, in this situation, could these people really succeed? Qi Huanyu, who was fighting Zhao Xingwu, suddenly shouted, "Black Dragon, ignore the emperor's corpse. Kill Fang Ping and the rest." Hearing that, the demon dragon let out a low roar. It broke away from the emperor's corpse and quickly charged toward Fang Ping. At the same time, the long spear in Qi Huanyu's hand suddenly exploded. Fragments splattered everywhere, countless fragments shooting toward Zhao Xingwu. Qi Huanyu was like a long spear, shooting out violently, piercing Zhao Xingwu. At this time, unquestionable Jian's bedroom seemed to be unable to withstand such pressure. There was a faint cracking sound. Previously, everyone had fought for so long, but they could not destroy the bedroom. At this time, Qi Huanyu's aura was like a rainbow, incomparably sharp. He was like a long spear, as if he wanted to pierce through the bedroom. Even if they were not his target, the others also felt immense pressure and threat. Seeing this scene, Zhao Xingwu's gaze was solemn. He took a deep breath. At this time, the top-notch rank 9 divine saber that he had previously forged also suddenly exploded, fragments flying everywhere. I am a saber. Similar to Qi Huanyu, Zhao Xingwu also seemed to have transformed into a saber, incomparably sharp. The saber gleam directly pierced through the sky. Two top-notch rank 9s fought desperately. Before their vitality force and energy force came into contact, the saber gleam and the spear gleam pierced through the bedroom. Crack! The walls of the bedroom began to crack, and the roof was directly overturned. Two beams of light even pierced through the sky, breaking the seal of the emperor's tomb, forming a dazzling beam of light in the sky above the emperor's tomb. At this moment, in the bounded domain, Gong Yuzi was a little moved. These two people have not become true gods. As an emperor-level powerhouse, even he was surprised. This outburst of aura gave him the feeling that it was not weaker than the average true god. However, these two people did not give him the kind of pressure that a true god had. In the direction of Imperial Sea Mountain, Zhang Tao was also a little surprised. Even Zhao Xingwu has come this far. What happened inside that these two people have already started to fight to the death? He was still a little surprised. Logically speaking, these two people would not go all out at this time and fight with all their might to this extent. However, these two people had come this far. Warlord could not be bothered with this. He frowned and said, "The Emperor's tomb is about to be broken. Little Zhang, can you handle it later? I seem to have sensed quite a lot of auras. They're all here for the sky-punishing sword, to investigate the unquestionable sword," Zhang Tao said. At this time, he looked in the direction of the Forbidden Sea and said with a smile, "The sky-punishing sword might not be here anymore. As for the unquestionable sword, if he doesn't want to appear, it'll be hard for everyone to discover his whereabouts." Zhao Xingwu and Qi Huanyu erupted. Fang Ping ignored them and began to erupt too. Once the demon dragon arrived, Fang Ping could not care less anymore. The golden house exploded with a rumble. The human and demon trapped inside were blown to pieces directly. Old Wang and the rest rushed over quickly. In the blink of an eye, the human and demon's golden bodies were destroyed. Fang Ping's face was also pale. He cursed wildly. "I've broken my promise again. Demon Dragon, if you don't die this time, I'll kill you even if I have to go to Destiny City next time. And Qi Huanyu and Ji Yao, how dare you force me to this step?" A long time ago, he had decided not to self-detonate his mentality. However, the situation was pressing. Again and again, the golden house exploded. Fang Ping also went crazy. With a fierce roar, he brandished his Changdao and attacked the demon dragon directly. With a rumble, he self-detonated. The demon dragon was stunned. It had just arrived, but the other party was so unyielding. Not only did he self-detonate his mentality, but he also self-detonated his divine weapon. Fang Ping controlled the divine weapon to self-detonate. Even a powerhouse like the demon dragon was injured in an instant. In the blink of an eye, many bloody wounds appeared on its huge body. Fang Ping became more and more frenzied. He rushed over directly and appeared on the demon dragon's back in an instant. In the blink of an eye, he blasted out hundreds of punches. The demon dragon swept its claws, scratching Fang Ping's right leg into a bloody mess. During the previous frequent battles, Fang Ping's golden body's strength did not seem to be as strong as before. Now that he was up against the monster dragon, he was injured in the blink of an eye. However, Fang Ping did not care. He continued to attack madly, punching and kicking. More and more wounds appeared on the devil dragon's body. Golden blood dripped continuously. On the other side, Lao Wang and the others were also fighting wildly. In the blink of an eye, they killed the heavily injured human and goblin on the spot. The remaining 2 rank 9s were actually a little terrified at this moment. Lunatic, a bunch of lunatics. These guys did not care about the severity of their injuries at all. They did not care at all whether they would be killed at all. Regardless of anything, they took advantage of the enemy's weakness to kill them. Just now, the 2 of them did not even have the time to rescue them in time. 2 injured rank 9s were killed by them. Not far away, Su Bing and the others, who were fighting the Emperor corpse, stopped and exchanged glances with each other. Fang Ping would not die here this time. He would go back, unless they did not return to the human world. Otherwise, with this lunatic's personality, wouldn't he find trouble with them when he returned? The next moment, Su Bing suddenly shouted, "Minister Fang, we're here to help you." Ha ha ha. Fang Ping laughed maniacally all of a sudden. That was it. The arrogant were afraid of the reckless, and the reckless were afraid of the reckless. I don't care about my life anymore. Are you guys afraid? A bunch of cowards. Do you dare to fight me to the end? In this day and age, you can't survive if you don't go crazy. Chapter 9:13. Monster Swordsman. Surround and kill the demon dragon. Fang Ping roared fiercely. As he spoke, he clenched his fists and grabbed the demon dragon's claws. With a roar, he threw the 20-meter-long demon dragon onto the sturdy ground with a back throw. Rumble! The ground rumbled. At this moment, Su Bing and the rest had also charged over. Fang Ping shouted, "You guys hold the Emperor corpses. Leave this guy to me and Monster Swordsman." The Emperor corpses were causing trouble now, causing quite a bit of trouble. These Emperor corpses' reactions were a little slow, but they were still very powerful. Zhao Xingwu and the rest could not take them down in a short time. However, with the rank 9 entanglement, the Emperor corpses would not cause too much trouble even if they were irrational. When Su Bing and the rest heard that, they breathed a sigh of relief. The Emperor corpses were easier to deal with than the demon dragon. They were not careless. The 3 Emperor corpses were now untangled. The rank 9 powerhouses split up and quickly lured the 3 Emperor corpses to one side. At this moment, Wang Jinyang and the rest surrounded the remaining 2 rank 9 powerhouses. On Fang Ping's side, Li Wuji was escaping. Monster Swordsman was ready to self-destruct. Now that Fang Ping had spoken, he did not hesitate and rushed over quickly. Sword, aura crisscrossed. Monster Swordsman turned into a sword, piercing through the demon dragon's back directly. The demon dragon was injured one after another, screaming miserably. Fang Ping self-destructed his divine weapon to injure it as soon as he arrived. He ignored his injuries and fought to the death with it. The back throw just now almost broke its spine. At this moment, Monster Swordsman, a powerhouse who was not weaker than it, was also disregarding his own life. The demon dragon was anxious. Temple Master. The demon dragon no longer transmitted its voice. Its beast roar was deafening, asking for help from Qi Huanyu. Qi Huanyu, who was fighting with Zhao Xingwu, was also livid. He roared, "Grandmasters, this bunch of trash." There were many grandmasters, but now they were actually entangled, and no one could help. Chang Shanqi, the youth from Nameless Mountain, and Lu Ji were all powerhouses, but now they were being suppressed by Fang Ping and the rest, unable to help. Especially Lu Ji, whose golden bones were broken by Tian Mu. He was in danger of dying at any time. Just as Qi Huanyu was roaring, Lu Ji suddenly flew backwards and sent Chang Shanqi a distance away with a palm strike. He stood in front of Tian Mu and escaped without a word. The moment Wang Hanyue saw him, she knew that Lu Ji could not be trusted. In ancient times, this person specialized in tricking his teammates. At this moment, their lives were in danger. As expected, Lu Ji began to betray his teammates again. Chang Shanqi was enraged. Lu Ji. He was originally fighting with Wu Chuan, but he did not expect Lu Ji to betray him at this time. Betray him and escape. Chang Shanqi was furious. It was also a little sad. Fang Ping said that the grandmasters were nothing to be afraid of. It was really nothing to be afraid of, greedy for life and afraid of death. After living for so long, who wasn't afraid of death? After being sealed for so many years, he treasured his life. It was the same as the catacombs martial artists. The catacombs martial artists had many powerhouses, and they were unwilling to let others take advantage of them. As for them, they had lived for a very long time. At a time like this, they were afraid of dying here. Boundless Force ran away, Lu Ji ran away, and Wang Hanyue refused to fight. The originally powerful alliance collapsed in the blink of an eye. Damn bastard! Chang Shanqi bellowed, but he had no choice but to fight Tian and Mu. In the blink of an eye, half of his arm was cut off by Wu Chuan's sword. Chang Shanqi's arm recovered quickly. At this time, Fang Ping hammered the devil dragon and shouted, "This is the last one to run. The rest of you stay." Lu Ji ran away. Boundless Force ran away. These guys destroyed his house of gold. If he did not kill a few of them, Fang Ping would not be able to vent his anger. At this moment, Old Man Li's eyes were slightly red. After hearing what was said, he laughed and said, "Kid, you said it. This old man is going all out today. You have to make it up to me." As soon as he finished speaking, the sword aura on Li Changxing's body was so strong that it was not weaker than Zhao Xingwu and Wu Chuan, who had just unleashed their qi. Broken longevity. This time, Li Changxing did not use the sky-piercing sword again. Instead, he used the martial arts that he had been training for all these years. In the past, when a rank 6 killed a rank 8, that sword was the longevity sword. That sword was the sword that he had nurtured for so many years. Now, he did not have too much time to nurture the sword. The longevity sword had been bleeding frequently. He did not have the foundation that he had nurtured for 10 years. However, at this time, he who had entered the 9th forging state gave up on Li Zhen's sky-piercing sword art. Instead, he used his longevity sword art. Break. No, save me. At this moment, the nameless mountain youth was terrified beyond belief. Crack! Li Changxing slashed a crack in the Emperor's tomb. The Emperor's tomb space was special. In addition, it was still in combat Heavenly Palace. Even Qi Huanyu and the other person had not created a crack in the space until now. Of course, both of them had the intention of controlling it. However, Li Changxing did not suppress it at this time. Vitality surged all over his body, and the longevity sword suddenly exploded. It shattered again. This was not the first time Old Man Li's rank 9 sword shattered. Previously, it was self-destruction. This time, it was like when he was rank 6. A rank 9 divine weapon could not withstand such pressure and exploded. Break! The voice echoed in combat Heavenly Palace. Sword Qi rushed to the sky. A sword gleam rose and broke through the Emperor's tomb. A third pressure rose above the Emperor's tomb. Crack! The void seemed to be shattered. This sword was incomparably fast. In the next second, Old Man Li's longsword shattered completely. The fragments lost their luster and fell to the ground. As the fragments fell to the ground, the nameless mountain youth was like a broken porcelain man suddenly breaking into countless pieces. His golden body, including his mentality, dissipated completely at this moment. Old Man Li spat out a mouthful of blood and collapsed to the ground. He chuckled and said, "Awesome." However, this old man is now crippled. You guys do as you see fit. One sword slashed a peerless rank 9. This was Li Changxing. This was the longevity swordsman, Chang Shanqi, and the rest were completely terrified. Qi Huanyu, who was fighting with Zhao Xingwu, also had a change of expression. He suddenly sighed. The land of rebirth produces heroes. Our divine land martial artists are inferior. This was the first time this powerhouse, who was invincible below the true king, had lamented like this. Sigh, sigh. The land of rebirth really produced heroes. There was the martial king, the netherworld king, then there was the longevity sword, Fong Ping, and the rest. Previously, the longevity swordsman was overshadowed by Fong Ping. Even if his performance was extremely dazzling, many people ignored him. However, now, the powerhouse from the Forbidden Sea's nameless mountain was no weaker than Chang Shanqi, and the rest. His vitality limit could reach about 300,000 calories. Such a peerless powerhouse could be said to be one step away from becoming a true king. Today, he was slashed with one sword. His death was too shocking, although Li Changshen was also half crippled after one sword slash. At this moment, who still had the chance to kill him? He was restrained by Zhao Xingwu. The demon dragon was now almost killed by Fong Ping and Devil Swordsman. The others either ran away or died. Su Bing and the rest had the chance to kill. Did they dare? No. Su Bing and the rest were now focused on killing the emperor corpse. They did not say a word, afraid of causing a misunderstanding. They even deliberately avoided Li Changxing's side. They did not expect that this person actually had the ability to slash the nameless mountain youth with one sword. That was a powerhouse from the depths of the Forbidden Sea, other than Qi Huanyu and Zhao Xingwu, who dared to say that they had the confidence to kill him. The nameless mountain youth was dead. Lu Ji and Li Wuji ran away. Fong Ping's side brought away the previous 4 rank 9s. Now, they were all killed. In the blink of an eye, out of the 8 rank 9 powerhouses from Grandmaster and the Forbidden Sea, only Chang Shanqi was left. As for Tianmu and Wu Chuan, at this moment, the two of them joined forces and killed until Chang Shanqi's face was pale. At the outermost area of Combat Heavenly Palace, the rank 9 emperor, who was about to escape Combat Heavenly Palace, sensed the situation here. He was still shocked by Old Man Li's sword earlier. At this moment, he came to his senses and shouted, "Senior Chang, go! Get out of the Emperor's tomb." Once they got out, someone would deal with Fong Ping and the rest. When that time came, it would not be them, but those true god powerhouses. Chang Shanqi was not far from becoming a true god. Initially, he thought that nothing would happen when he came in this time. Who knew that he would be in danger of dying at any time now? If he did not leave now, he would definitely die if he continued. Chang Shanqi also knew the situation, but Wu Chuan and Tianmu were too entangled. If not for Li Changxing already having no more strength to fight, how could he have lasted until now? Hearing the young man's roar, Chang Shanqi's eyes revealed a hint of regret. Following that, he let out a low roar. Suddenly, an incomparably powerful aura erupted from his body. A spear shadow pierced through heaven and earth. With a sweep of the spear, both Tianmu and Wu Chuan were swept away. Human martial artists, just you wait. The moment the spear's shadow appeared, Chang Shanqi had already escaped. However, his voice still lingered, incomparably resentful. That spear shadow just now was a wisp of great emperors will bestowed to him by the Master of Supreme Everlasting Heaven. This was used to help him break through to true God, opening up the true God great path. The last step was extremely difficult. He could only hope that the great Emperor's spear of will could help him break through the last thin layer. Who knew that it would be used here today? It was almost impossible to count on the great Emperor to reward him again. Chang Shanqi was incomparably resentful. At this moment, he suddenly screamed. His voice was ear-piercing. Just as he was escaping, unknowingly, Wang Jinyang's blood arrow had already condensed and formed. An arrow shot out, piercing through his head directly. Chang Shanqi's screams stopped abruptly. Following that, his head recovered. His face was deathly pale. He did not dare to say another ruthless word. His speed soared, converging with the young man outside Combat Heavenly Palace. Both of them did not even look back, fleeing rapidly, just as Wu Chuan and the rest were about to chase after them. Fang Ping snorted coldly and roared, "Spare his worthless life! Go and capture Ji Yao and Hua Yu." At this moment, he had joined forces with Devil Swordsman and also caused the monster dragon's monster body to collapse. They had the absolute upper hand. Fang Ping's face was covered in golden blood. Some of it was his, and some of it was the monster dragon's. However, he was still cold and fierce. He used both his fists and legs. Every time he attacked, he brought along a piece of flesh and blood. The monster dragon roared in pain. It was already somewhat unable to hold on. Its tail swept through the void again and again, hitting Fang Ping a few times. His golden body cracked slightly, but Fang Ping did not care. After a few times, the flesh and blood on its tail had completely disappeared, leaving only its long tailbone. In front, Ji Yao had almost reached the main entrance of Combat Heavenly Palace. At this moment, she suddenly turned around and said, "Fang Ping, I have no intention of being enemies with you. Grandpa Huan, you only wanted to advance to True King Realm." Fang Ping sneered. His hand was like a sharp blade, one hand grabbing into the monster dragon's skull. An ear-piercing sound of friction rang throughout Combat Heavenly Palace. At the same time, he said lightly, "Ji Yao, at this time, is there any meaning in playing this game with me?" Ji Yao said in a low voice, "You can't kill the Black Dragon. The Black Dragon Guardian has protected the royal court for 1,000 years. It is also one of the strongest guardians of the royal court. If you kill the Black Dragon, even if the royal court of destiny is not willing to fight, they will have no choice but to wage all-out war with the land of rebirth. The Black Dragon Guardian is not like other true kings. It is a demon, and it is even more difficult to give birth to descendants. The Black Dragon is its only descendant. Fang Ping, you can't kill it." "Then I must try to kill it." Fang Ping roared. His other hand stabbed into the monster dragon's big eye. With a splat, blood flowed everywhere. The monster dragon roared mournfully. Its fleshless tail swept through the void. Its sharp claws scratched Fang Ping until he was bleeding all over. Devil Swordsman also had countless branches broken. The struggling monster dragon could not get rid of Fang Ping at this moment. Fang Ping stabbed one hand into its skull and the other into its eye, fixing it in place. At this moment, one human and two demons, three powerhouses were in a small space. Flesh and blood collided. Flesh and blood collided. Golden blood and branches flew everywhere. Even when Ji Yao saw Wu Chuan and the other man, she did not leave. She shouted again, "Fang Ping, do you really want to wage all-out war with the Royal Court of Destiny and the Guardian? The Black Dragon can't be killed. I will kill it today for you to see." Fang Ping roared and kicked out. His foot was like a knife. This kick pierced through the monster dragon's torso, revealing a blood-red crystallized body inside. The core. At this point, how could Ji Yao not understand? It did not make sense now. Seeing this, she shouted, "Grandpa Huan Yu, save it." The Black Dragon could not die. The Black Dragon Guardian stood on the Ji family's side. But if it was killed in front of them, they would be in big trouble when they returned this time. Back then, they had already offended the Tiger King. But the Tiger King was not too strong, so it was not a big deal. The Black Dragon Guardian, on the other hand, was extremely strong. It was not too far from Emperor level. Also, in the Guardian Court, it had a lot of say. If the Black Dragon Guardian died here, once the Black Dragon Guardian turned hostile, The Ji family would be in big trouble. On the other side, Hua Yu did not utter a word. He sent Qin Fengqing flying with his fan. Without another word, he ran away madly. Seeing this, Fang Ping shouted, "Leave it, or you will die today." Hua Yu was really tactful. Without another word, a storage ring shot toward Fang Ping. Back in the Land of Kings battleground, he was also this easy to talk to. That was why the others died, but he did not. Handing over the storage ring, Hua Yu said as he ran, "Spare Hua Ping's life. If he dies, I will have no one to support me, and will not be a threat to Li Zhu. Fang Ping, Li Zhu is the biggest threat. If I don't die, the royal court will focus on fighting for the lord position. If I die, the royal court will not care about the lord position. The Sky Plant's royal court will soon enter a period of peace, and the Land of Rebirth will be in trouble." Out of the 2 rank 9s under his command, one had already been killed. At this time, only Hua Ping was struggling to hold off Old Wang, and the other 2, alone. None of the 3 were Hua Ping's match. But with the 3 of them working together, with Li Hansong in charge of defense, Hua Ping could not escape. Hua Yu said quickly. He was already running away from combat Heavenly Palace. He shouted again, "Spare Hua Ping, he is not a threat. When I return, I will exchange 10 birch fruits for your mercy." Fang Ping suddenly laughed. "Hua Yu, you are interesting. Very interesting. Other than Li Zhu, you are quite something in the Sky Plant's royal court. If you were stronger, a real villain like you would be more dangerous. Fine, I will spare your life. You better be stronger. I really hope to see you become an emperor-level powerhouse. Let's see who will kill who, you or Li Zhu. Old Wang, let him go." Hearing this, Old Wang and the other 2 did not say anything and stopped. Hua Ping also did not say a word, turning around and running. Seeing this, Hua Yu sighed in relief. He smiled. "Fang Ping, we can trade. I won't fight for the item. You have the Emperor Corpse. If you can strip it of Dao, we can talk. If you want me to help you restrain Li Zhu, you have to make me stronger. We can talk. Don't worry, I am more tactful than Ji Yao. As long as you are confident that you can suppress me, as long as I admit that I am not as good as you, Hua Yu, will never be enemies with the Land of Rebirth." Ha ha ha. Fang Ping laughed again and kicked, cracking the monster dragon's heart core. It roared madly. "Good. Hua Yu, I will kill you the next time you go back on your word." Hua Yu sighed. These words, he could not respond. He had been dealing with the Emperor Corpse before, but Fang Ping, insisted on coming over and forcing them to participate in the battle. Now he was the one who insisted on going back on his word. Unfortunately, there was no reasoning with this kind of lunatic. Hua Yu did not say anything. When Hua Ping arrived, the 2 of them fled at top speed. Wang Hanyue and Wang Ruobing left. Hua Yu and Hua Ping left. Chang Shanqi took the Supreme Everlasting Fusion Emperor's son and fled. Lu Ji also fled. At this point, the only ones left were Ji Yao's group. At this time, Tian Mu and Wu Chuan had already rushed to Ji Yao's side. Ji Yao, however, did not move. She shouted again, "Black Dragon, and I will die here." This time, the 2 great courts will not sit idly by. Fang Ping is crazy. I do not wish to talk to him. Guardian Wu, General Tian, the 2 of you are the Land of Rebirth's higher-ups. You should not be like Fang Ping. You should know that the Destiny Royal Court has not contributed. This time, Grandpa Huan, you only wanted to break through. Now that the Emperor's tomb is about to be destroyed, do you have the confidence to keep Grandpa Huan Yu here? Once the Emperor's tomb is destroyed, and you are still here, if I die, you will also die. To the royal court, although Ji Yao is important, she is not. As for you, you are the core strength of the Land of Rebirth. Once you die here, you know better than Ji Yao Who is more important? Wu Chuan and Tian Mu looked at each other. They had to admit that these words had hit the nail on the head. This time, Fang Ping crushed the black dragon's core with a kick. Not far away, Qi Huanyu roared and turned into a spear. He sent Zhao Xingwu flying with one strike. He shouted, "Fang Ping, do you really want to fight to the end? Old thing, I told you nicely before, but you didn't listen. Now you want to play this game with me?" Fang Ping sneered. "Jiao, this game you are playing is the same as mine. So what if I kill you? A true king can die. Do you really think a life king will fight to the death with us for you? You overestimate yourself. Who do you think you are, Jiao? I, Fang Ping, am qualified to lead an emperor-level powerhouse to attack. Who do you think you are?" As he said that, Fang Ping inserted one hand into the demon dragon's body. Blood splattered everywhere. He said indifferently, "You want to live? Easy. I, Fang Ping, like to see you jumping around. Come, leave all the divine weapons and storage rings behind. Qi Huanyu, this old thing, leave first. You, Jiao, come with me. Life King is probably waiting outside, right? Let's see if he wants you his granddaughter, and if he will stop for you. Don't you dare." Qi Huanyu roared. He no longer cared about Zhao Xingwu. His body was like a spear, and the spear was like a dragon. A giant dragon broke through the void, appeared from the spatial rift, and headed straight for Fang Ping. Behind him, Zhao Xingwu also let out a fierce roar. A towering saber shadow appeared and slashed down directly. At the same time, Zhao Xingwu also shouted, "Fang Ping, let them go." He could not break through the realm here. If he did not break through the realm, Qi Huanyu could not kill him. If he could not kill Qi Huanyu, then they would continue to be entangled here and fight to the death. In the end, there would be no benefits. However, Fang Ping did not care. He looked at Ji Yao again and said with a smile, "All right, Alliance leader Zhao has spoken. I'll give you a chance. Leave the things and get lost." As he said that, he laughed out loud. "You don't want a good cooperation, but you insist on going against me. I told you long ago that you don't have the right." Ji Yao looked at him coldly. How many times had it been? Every time she thought she had a chance, she would lose in the end. Time and time again. However, at this moment, the mysterious dragon was about to be completely killed. The mysterious dragon could not die. Initially, she thought that everything would not be a problem if Qi Huanyu followed her in, who knew that Zhao Xingwu was also strong to this extent. The key was that Zhao Xingwu did not have any scruples here. After entering, he helped Fang Ping's side. Before this, no one had considered this. Even if Zhao Xingwu attacked, in their opinion, there would be some taboo. Thinking about it, Ji Yao did not say a word. She took off her storage ring and threw it on the ground casually. Let go of the mysterious dragon. Fang Ping grinned. "I'm still short of a peak rank 9 monster's corpse as spoils of war. You dare to kill it." As she spoke, Fang Ping inserted one hand into the mysterious dragon's head. The next moment, he pulled out a crystal-like crystallization. The brain core. The monster dragon whose core was shattered was no longer able to fight back, but it did not die. At this moment, it still had consciousness. Initially, it thought that if Ji Yao compromised, it could live. So at this time, the monster dragon did not dare to resist. Who knew that Fang Ping would directly pull out its brain core? Above the brain core, a small golden dragon suddenly appeared, its mentality fluctuating violently. "You can't kill me. My father is the mysterious dragon, True King." Crack! Before it finished speaking, Fang Ping directly crushed the brain core. Bang! The giant monster dragon's corpse fell to the ground. Ji Yao was stunned. Qi Huanyu was also stunned. Tianmu and the others also frowned slightly, but they did not speak. Fang Ping really killed the mysterious dragon. Fang Ping smiled coldly. With a wave of his hand, the monster dragon's corpse entered the storage ring. Fang Ping shook the blood on his hand and smiled lightly. I killed it. What can you do? Now, either you get lost or continue to fight with me. 3 seconds. If you're still here, I will definitely kill you today. 3. Ji Yao did not say a word. She turned around and left. Qi Huanyu's aura was incomparably strong. At this moment, he had returned to his original appearance. His beard and hair were standing on end, and he could not restrain his anger. He gave Fang Ping a deep look and quickly flew into the sky. Zhao Xingwu glanced at Fang Ping as if he wanted to say something. Fang Ping smiled lightly. It's okay. After killing this dragon, that old fellow black dragon will not look for me first. Even if it is me, the Ji family will also suffer. He was not afraid of Ji Yao's threat at all. If he killed it, so be it. Would Black Dragon really make a move? Ji Yao was not dead. Qi Huanyu was not dead. With such powerhouses as protectors and the mysterious dragon dead, it was uncertain who Black Dragon would look for trouble with. Zhao Xingwu thought about it and felt that it was not a bad idea. Just as he was about to speak, Fang Ping said again, "Be careful, Alliance Leader Zhao. After you go back this time, I'm afraid there will be a lot of trouble. I, Fang Ping, will take care of the Zhao family of Mount Wangwu and the entire Mount Wangwu sect." "Thank you." Zhao Xingwu said these 2 words and did not say anything else. Like a saber, he broke through the air and left, creating a ripple in the space. At this moment, Su Bing and the others were also frightened and uneasy. Fang Ping glanced at them and said coldly, "Everyone from the Tian division, you should retreat. We'll talk after we go back." Su Bing smiled and said, "Then, Minister Fang, Guardian Wu, please be careful. I'll take my leave first." The few of them defeated the emperor's corpse one after another and fled without another word. Qin Fengqin also sneered and left with the others. The 3 emperor's corpses, without opponents, attacked Fang Ping and the others again. However, Fang Ping took a step back and avoided the attack. He looked at the others and said, "Go, let's go out first and let Old Wang take away combat Heavenly Palace. These emperor's corpses are not alive. We can take them away together." During the battle just now, Old Wang had already said that he could take away combat Heavenly Palace. Therefore, Fang Ping was not worried that these emperor's corpses would be difficult to deal with. He could just take them away together. At this time, Wu Chuan quickly transmitted his voice. "What about Monster Swordsman?" This demon was not dead. He was now following Fang Ping. Although his injuries were not light, he was still alive. Fang Ping frowned slightly. Monster Swordsman had fought the demon dragon earlier and was seriously injured. Fang Ping could successfully kill the demon dragon, partly because Monster Swordsman was not afraid of death and blocked the demon dragon's killing move several times. "Let's go out first." Fang Ping sighed in his heart. If Monster Swordsman had self-destructed, then he would have died. But now, did they have to join forces to kill it? The other party was like a puppy following behind him. How could he kill it? This is troublesome. Fang Ping sighed in his heart again. He did not say anything else and walked out of combat Heavenly Palace. After a while, Old Wang's Sanjiao Gate opened. With a roar, a large amount of vitality force surged out and enveloped combat Heavenly Palace. With another roar, the entire combat Heavenly Palace soared into the sky and gradually turned invisible, flying toward his gate of life. Crack! At this moment, it was as if something was broken. In the sky above the Emperor's tomb, the black cracks had gradually dissipated, cracked, and disappeared. The emperor's tomb was about to open completely. Chapter 9:14. The cracks around the emperor's tomb gradually disappeared. The Battle Heavenly Palace was like the center of the arched tomb. If the center was taken away, the entire arched tomb would collapse. Fang Ping scanned his surroundings. At this moment, there was no one around them. The others were either dead or had run away. Only they were left. Taking another look at Devil Swordsman, Fang Ping said mildly, "You go out first and bring the Mount Royal Sea monsters away. Return to Mount Royal Sea. When I need your help, I'll look for you." "Master." Demon Swordsman's psyche fluctuated as he said restlessly, "Master, Jinny wants to continue following you. You're not qualified yet. My enemies are not these people today." Fang Ping waved his hand and growled, "Go." Hearing Fang Ping's cold and harsh tone, Devil Swordsman dared not stay any longer. He hurriedly transmitted his voice. "Then the sword will return to Mount Royal Sea and wait for Master's summons." Fang Ping did not reply. One sword did not dare to say anything else either. He took to the air and left quickly. Once it left, Lao Wang quickly asked, "Are we going to the underground tunnel now?" The Combat Heavenly Palace had been taken away, and almost everything in the Emperor's tomb had been taken away by Fang Ping's side. Now that some people had gone out, these people were the losers. Everyone would have their eyes on Fang Ping and the others. Heaven Punishing Sword, Monarch Corpse, Combat Heavenly Palace, many people wanted these things. This did not include the fact that Fang Ping had pretended to be unquestionable Jian. He had a great time pretending to be them, but now that those people had left, there was no need to ask. They would definitely inform the experts outside. Unquestionable Sword had killed so many great emperors in the past. Fang Ping was Unquestionable Sword's reincarnation. How could these people ignore it? Previously, no one was sure, but now, even if they were uncertain, they had to be sure. Even if someone had doubts, they would kill Fang Ping first. Fang Ping was not in a hurry to leave. At this moment, he was calling out to the old cat in his mind. "Brother Cat, are you there? Brother Cat, answer the phone." "Brother Cat," Fang Ping shouted for a long time before he heard the cat panting. The image of the cat sticking out its tongue suddenly appeared in Fang Ping's mind. This fat cat seemed to be very tired. It said tiredly, "Liar, this cat can't sleep. It's over, it's over. Both the water buffalo and the crow want to kill me. It's over, it's over. Liar, so what? You already owe me 1 billion. The cat panted heavily as he spoke. Miscalculation. As soon as the water buffalo arrived, the big crow immediately informed him that it must be the work of the ash cat. The water buffalo did not doubt it at all. In fact, it had already thought of the cat halfway through its journey. Therefore, the two emperor-level masters turned the sea upside down. They wanted to find the ash cat and beat it to death. It was time to settle old and new grudges. Although Fang Ping did not know about this, he knew that the cat was probably in trouble. He said hurriedly, "Then let's cut the crap. Is there any secret past between Unquestionable Jian's master and Unquestionable Jian, or is there any unique communication method?" "Ah, liar, why are you asking this?" the cat asked in a daze. "I'm chatting with Gong Yuzi. Liar, are you going to cheat me?" "Nonsense." Fang Ping denied it. "Tell me quickly, brother cat. Have you forgotten that you're being hunted down by enemies?" "Yes." "Meow. I'll eat a whole cow feast sooner or later. I don't want to eat the big crow. It looks disgusting." The cat quickly changed the topic to food. Fang Ping urged it a few times before the cat remembered its business. It said hesitantly, "Secret, secret, let me think." "Oh, I think Little Sword said before. He was disobedient when he was young and his master spanked his, but is that a secret? Fong Ping was speechless. He asked hurriedly, what else? And, oh, I think there's more. Gong Yuzi likes to eat chicken, but's little sword used to bring this back for him to eat. Secretly, the cat's big eyes narrowed suddenly, snickering. This was a secret, because it was related to food. It remembered. Once it was curious and thought it was delicious, so it ate a little secretly. As a result, the cat almost vomited after eating a piece. Fong Ping paused, saying quickly, I know, brother cat. Run. Don't get caught. Yes, I'm running. Meow. Little chubby face. Don't move. I'm running. The cat's voice disappeared abruptly. Fong Ping's expression changed. F***CK. This cat brought Fong Yuan here? This stupid cat. It was fine if it wanted to die, but it was messing around. There was a high chance that the cat would not die. This fellow had a lot of tricks up its sleeves. It could survive from ancient times until now. If it did not have any tricks up its sleeves, how could it survive just by sleeping? However, Fong Ping was only rank 4. If an emperor-level powerhouse chased after him, even the slightest ripple would definitely kill him. Fong Ping wanted to say a few words, but when he thought that the cat was not very reliable and might communicate with him while sleeping, Fong Ping quickly dismissed the idea. Suppressing the worry in his heart, Fong Ping cursed in his heart. He would settle the score with this cat later. The sober Fong Ping looked at the crowd, then at the Jiang brothers who were knocked out, saying quickly, you guys go to the passageway and see if Warlord is there. What about you? Just say that everything is with me. It's okay. They also know that the thing is most likely with me. It's safer for me to be alone. You guys go back to the surface first. I still have things to do. Fong Ping. Wang Jinyang said in a low voice, that time in Tiannan, in order to save my instructor, I've already caused big trouble. This time, it's also because of me. Combat Heavenly Palace is with me. Fong Ping said impatiently, stop it. Do you have the ability to escape? Stop talking nonsense. Emperor's tomb is about to open. Go quickly without you guys here. It's easier for me to leave here. Otherwise, if there are too many people, even if I hide my aura, I'll be easily exposed. Wang Jinyang's expression changed for a while. Then he said quickly, okay, then we'll go first. You be careful. Don't worry. Wu Chuan and the others were also straightforward people. Fong Ping's ability to escape was indeed stronger than theirs. Next would probably be the battle on the summit. Even if they stayed, it would not help. They did not talk nonsense anymore, quickly running toward the other side of Emperor's tomb. That was the direction that led to Mount Imperial Sea. The underground passageway should be there. Fong Ping waited for a moment, waiting for them to disappear, suddenly soaring into the sky. At this moment, in the sky above Emperor's tomb, most of the cracks had already disappeared. Fong Ping stood high in the sky, smiling. Master, can you hear me? There was no sound. Only the sound of cracks, like bubbles bursting, could be heard. Fong Ping smiled again. Master, Q-Sword brought you your favorite chicken buttocks. Do you want to eat some? At this moment, a slightly surprised voice was heard. You're not Q-Sword. I don't know. Fong Ping smiled. I only have some memory fragments. I only remember that Master loves to eat chicken buttocks the most. When I went out in the past, I often brought these for Master. I don't know if the person in my memory is you. I just want to try. In the bounded zone. Gong Yuzi was stunned. Q-Sword? It was him. How could it be? He had not seen Unquestionable Sword for many years, but he had guessed. He had guessed many people, except for Fong Ping. Actually, all these years, he did not pay much attention to the news of the outside world. A few decades ago, he still paid some attention. In his opinion, a few decades ago, his disciple was already making arrangements. It could not be these young people. Even if they had really reincarnated, they would be figures of Zhang Tao's generation. But Now this person actually revealed some secrets. This was really a secret. A dignified emperor-level powerhouse loved to eat this. If word got out, it would be a joke. Even unquestionable sword only found out about this by chance. Gong Yuzi would not tell anyone at all. What else do you remember? Gong Yuzi asked in a low voice. I don't remember much. Fong Ping smiled, saying, most of what I remember is still the old cat, and some of the times I spent with Master, very, very little. In my memory, the time I miss the most is still those days when I went fishing with the old cat. So leisurely, so carefree, Gong Yuzi's expression was complicated. Yes, in Q-Sword's life, that was probably the most leisurely time. Carefree and without worries. Sightseeing, eating some delicious food, fishing, catching some demonic beasts. After that, there would never be such a leisurely time again in his life. What's your name now? Fong Ping. Fong Ping could not see Gong Yuzi, but he did not mind, smiling again. I'm now Sino Nation's Minister of Heaven, the same rank as Zhang Tao, also the third-generation leader of the Neo-Martial era. The first generation was guarded by Chun and Shun, the second generation was guarded by Zhang Tao and a few others. Fong Ping considered himself the third-generation leader, not boasting. At this moment, Gong Yuzi felt a little complicated. The third-generation leader? Such a prodigy. Was he really Q-Sword? Q-Sword was also so outstanding. A long, long time ago, he was hailed as the leader of the sect era. He was also the first powerhouse to enter the true god level in the sect era. Gong Yuzi could not be sure at the moment. This was different from what he imagined, but something sounded very similar to Q-Sword. Fong Ping smiled again, saying, I have a title, Devil King Fong Ping. I don't know if Master knows. A few days ago, the Land Realm sent a message saying that I'm wanted, saying that I'm the reincarnation of the Devil Emperor. Actually, I'm not sure myself. I'm just a little curious about what Purple Cap Mountain looks like, curious about the somewhat illusory figure in my memory, the powerhouse who likes to eat chicken butts. Previously, Mount Royal Sea's One Sword and the Tree Emperor clan suddenly fought to the death for me. The Tree Emperor clan was completely annihilated. I'm a little confused. I also want to know, am I really unquestionable Jian? Fong Ping let out a sigh, saying self-deprecatingly, I hate unquestionable Jian very much. I don't want to be him. During the trip to Emperor's Tomb, unquestionable Jian's image in my heart was completely shattered. I don't want to be him. But sometimes maybe the person I hate is myself. How ridiculous. The space rifts were becoming fewer and fewer. Gong Yuzi's emotions became more and more complicated, saying only after a long time, I can't be sure either. Fong Ping, Emperor's Tomb is about to shatter. There are many powerhouses in the outside world. Now, I think someone escaped from this place earlier. They know your Q-Sword? Fong Ping smiled bitterly, saying, they should know. This time, it's a little too obvious. Actually, I have a suspicion. Maybe I'm not unquestionable Jian. Unquestionable Jian is scheming against me. He wants everyone to think that I'm unquestionable Jian. The Tree Emperor clan is fighting to the death for me. Sky Punishing Sword was also acting strangely earlier, but I can actually control it. All these prove that I'm unquestionable Jian. I thought you knew, Senior, so I purposely tested you just now. I didn't expect. Even Senior can't be sure. Fong Ping, who had called him Master earlier, was now calling him Senior. Gong Yuzi asked hurriedly, where's Sky Punishing Sword? I don't know, it disappeared. Fong Ping sighed again, saying, that's why I suspect that I've been used. Where did Sky Punishing Sword go? Senior, can you clear up Fong Ping's doubts? Am I unquestionable Jian or not? Gong Yuzi was silent. He did not know. Maybe it was really Q-Sword's scheme, deliberately disguising this person as himself. No matter what, Fong Ping was worth saving. Thinking of this, Gong Yuzi said quickly, whether it is or not, we can talk about this later. Now that you've come to Purple Cap Mountain, the array is not completely shattered yet. They can't break through Purple Cap Mountain's outer seal in a short time. I'll think of a way to send you away. Leave, Fong Ping said as if he was talking in his sleep. After leaving Emperor's Tomb this time, will there still be a place for me in this big world? I don't care if it's unquestionable Jian or not. After this time, it will be confirmed that it's him. Returning to the human world, there might be endless trouble. Save your life first. As Gong Yuzi said this, the crack above Emperor's Tomb had already disappeared completely. Come in quickly. At this moment, above Emperor's Tomb, a transparent seal appeared, opening a small opening. Gong Yuzi said quickly, Quick, once Emperor's Tomb is broken, they will all discover your existence. Fong Ping took a look at the small opening, smiled, soared into the air, and squeezed into the small opening directly. Fong Ping also knew about the situation of the Bounded Zone's seal. It was better for those who were not at the pinnacle to enter and exit, but after a few times, it would easily cause the seal to break. Previously, when the cat came out, there was no way to go back because it was afraid that the seal would be completely broken. However, Fong Ping's strength had not reached that level, so it was not a big problem for him to enter and exit. Just as Fong Ping entered the interior of Purple Cap Mountain, in the next moment, there was a loud bang, resounding through the entire bounded zone. Emperor's Tomb exploded. Large patches of blood color began to dissipate. The black cracks were vanishing one by one. The entire Emperor's Tomb began to shrink and collapse. Emperor's Tomb was built on the bounded zone, yet it formed its own space, as if it was another world. But now, the previously blood-red world and blood-red soil were all collapsing. Outside Imperial Sea Mountain, a powerhouse murmured, Emperor's Tomb is broken. Where's the unquestionable sword? Where's the sky-crushing sword? At the same time, it seemed that a powerhouse sensed something. Very soon, someone's voice was flat, but it spread thousands of miles. Someone is crossing the sea. Who came out? Ji Yao's group had just left Emperor's Tomb not long ago, and were crossing the Forbidden Sea, preparing to return to the outer realm. In the next moment, in the direction of Imperial Sea Mountain, streams of chi activity rose. At the same time, inside Imperial Sea Mountain, in the underground passage, Warlord rushed over again. Previously, there was a boundary wall blocking the way, but now that the Emperor's Tomb was broken, those things that were blocking the way had all dissipated. The ultimate kill array inside Emperor's Tomb also disappeared along with the sky-crushing sword, the heart, and the combat heavenly palace, all dissipated. Warlord had already seen Wu Chuan and the others. After a glance, he frowned immediately. Where was Fong Ping? As for the two descendants, they were both alive, so he did not look at them much. But where did Fong Ping go? If this guy died here, Zhang Tao would definitely find trouble with him this time. After all, Emperor's Tomb was created by Purple Cap Mountain, and he had previously agreed to protect these kids. Where's Fong Ping? The moment the Emperor's Tomb was completely broken, Warlord had already met them. Just as he finished asking, Warlord suddenly looked up. The passage above was the entire Purple Cap Mountain seal. He could not see through it, but he seemed to vaguely see a figure soaring into the sky and disappearing. Fong Ping said he will find a way to leave. Wu Chuan said quickly, Senior, let's retreat first. Chang Sheng and the others are unable to fight anymore. We must send them back to the ground immediately. Li Changsheng and the Jiang brothers were now unable to fight anymore. Even if they were, their strength was not enough to participate in the following dispute. At this moment, it was safer to go back first. This kid, Warlord frowned. He will find a way to leave. How to leave? There was no time to think too much. Warlord had already felt some powerhouse's chi activity rising. His big hand suddenly expanded countless times, grasping everyone in his hand in an instant, turning around and leaving. Just as they left the passage, on the mountain peak opposite Imperial Sea Mountain, someone said coldly, "Warlord, we have been waiting for a long time." At this time, Wu Chuan shouted, "We didn't get anything. The things are with Fang Ping. Fang Ping did not leave with us." At this moment, there was not one person guarding the peak of Imperial Sea Mountain, but 3 people. The 3 people's chi activity was extremely strong. The rift on the peak of Imperial Sea Mountain swept past them, almost unable to get close. 3 peerless powerhouses. At this moment on the mountain peak, another figure appeared. Zhang Tao said with a faint smile, "They said they didn't take it. So they didn't. You guys won't be calculative with these juniors, right?" During the conversation, another figure strode leisurely, breaking through the void, walking in the darkness, exiting the spatial rift in the blink of an eye, appearing on top of Imperial Sea Mountain. The person who came was Life King. Life King glanced at Warlord, then looked at Wang Jinyang and the others, saying mildly, "Is Fang Ping still hiding in the bounded domain?" Having said that, he said with a faint smile, "Fang Ping can change his aura. You guys, are you sure none of you is Fang Ping in disguise?" When they said that the things were with Fang Ping, Life King believed them. However, the key point was that Fang Ping was not among these people. There were more and more people at the Forbidden Sea opposite the bounded domain. There were also people crossing the river at this moment. The first to cross the river were Wang Ruobing and Wang Hanyue, these 2 people. The 2 people had just crossed the river when a figure passed directly through Imperial Sea Mountain, appearing directly beside the 2 people. Zhang Tao, these people also sensed it. Previously, such a powerhouse passing through Imperial Sea Mountain, that was absolutely not allowed. But Heavenly Emperor Dragon transformation went over. Zhang Tao did not say anything either. Now that even the Forbidden Sea had Emperor-level powerhouses rushing over, sealing off Imperial Sea Mountain was not too meaningful. As long as these people did not pass through the passageway, Zhang Tao was not willing to care about these either. Furthermore, there were also human powerhouses holding down the fort outside the passageway at this time. Zhang Tao was not too worried either. Heavenly Emperor Dragon transformation had just rushed over and had yet to open his mouth when 7 to 8 streaks of mentality enveloped over in the next instant. Heavenly Emperor Dragon transformation gave a cold snort. These people actually dared to emit spiritual consciousness in front of him. But at this time, there were quite a number of powerhouses. Heavenly Emperor Dragon transformation still suppressed his anger, looking at his daughter, his gaze moving slightly. His daughter's overflowing life source seemed to be no longer spilling out. Heavenly Emperor Dragon transformation was somewhat surprised in his heart and also somewhat in disbelief. Did he really seize the treasure? Wang Hanyue also felt the pressure from all directions, her complexion turning pale as she quickly said, "Master, junior sister, and I didn't get anything. When we left, they were currently fighting. Inside the Emperor's tomb indeed has the Heaven Exterminating Sword, as well as several complete Emperor corpses, and Combat Heavenly Palace." Combat Heavenly Palace? Heavenly Emperor Dragon transformation was somewhat surprised and said in surprise, "Why is Heavenly Dwarchbattle's residence here?" Heavenly Dwarchbattle. At this time, near Heavenly Emperor Dragon transformation, a phantom appeared. It was an old man wearing a crown on his head. His specific appearance could not be seen clearly as he slowly said, "Inside is Combat Heavenly Palace." Yes, the old man looked at Heavenly Emperor Dragon transformation and said in a weathered voice, "Heavenly Dwarchbattle." This old man didn't think that Heavenly the Archbattle's palace would appear here. Unquestionable swords, luck is good. I wonder if there are any remnants of Heavenly the Archbattle left behind in combat Heavenly Palace. As he spoke, a dazzling divine light suddenly burst out of the old man's phantom eyes as he looked at the emperor's tomb on the opposite shore. Soon he said softly, "Empty, it has already collapsed. Since Heavenly the Archbattle left behind Heavenly the Archbattle, it won't collapse here and be taken away by others." At this time, another middle-aged phantom appeared and said with slight confusion, "Heavenly the Archbattle, this emperor seems to have heard of it." The old man and Heavenly Emperor Dragon transformation ignored him. Those who didn't know about Heavenly the Archbattle were the difference in status and generation. Although Heavenly the Archbattle wasn't famous in the heaven realm, those who lived through that era all knew him. Of course, those who were qualified to participate in the Heavenly Court's banquet were ancient emperors. Of course, those who were qualified to participate in the banquet were ancient emperors. Back then, even true gods weren't qualified to participate because they weren't qualified. Those emperors had seen Heavenly Thearcha's prestige, dominance, and strength. However, the emperors who came later didn't know any of this. Many Outer Heavens emperors were only true gods back then and weren't qualified to know these things, so no one would say it. No one dared to say anything about the fight between the sovereigns and the few supreme emperors. Even though the sovereigns and the supreme emperors had disappeared in the long river of history, no one would mention these things. The middle-aged, venerable emperor didn't mind being ignored by the two. This old man and Heavenly Emperor Dragon transformation were the most ancient emperors and didn't fit in with them. It had been like this since the Celestial Demon era, so they didn't bother to say anything. While they were talking, someone else came out. It wasn't a human, but a monster. Li Wuji directly entered the Forbidden Sea, not even daring to look at those people on the other side. He prayed for the ancestral patriarch to come quickly. However, after waiting for a long time, the ancestral patriarch didn't show up. Li Wuji was very nervous, but he didn't dare to leave just like this. He was so nervous that he almost suffocated. At this time, Heavenly Emperor Dragon transformation glanced at the small water buffalo and said calmly, "The water buffalo was hooked away. Did you take the thing?" Li Wuji was stunned for a moment. Hooked away? What did he mean? Although confused, Li Wuji hurriedly transmitted his voice. No. Wuji was forced to retreat. Before Wuji left, the human world martial artists were still fighting with the remnants of the earthly Emperor God dynasty. Heavenly Emperor Dragon transformation looked into the distance and said calmly, "Those who should have come out have come out. Those who didn't are probably dead." As soon as these words came out, many mentality fluctuated. In the blink of an eye, there were many shadows nearby. In the sky above the Forbidden Sea, there was even one more shadow. Someone said calmly, "Where is my disciple?" At this time, Qi Huanyu, who had just arrived carrying Ji Yao, said loudly, "Other than us, the rest were all killed by Fang Ping and the others. Combat Heavenly Palace, Sky-Crushing Sword, Emperor's Corpse. All of them were taken away by Fang Ping and the others. Fang Ping is the reincarnation of a demon emperor. He subdued the Emperor Blood Tree clan and the Mount Royal Sea Monster clan. This was all Fang Ping's plan." As he said, he glanced at Zhao Xingwu, who had just arrived behind him, and said coldly, "Sky Plant's Royal Court's left commander, always thinking about the resurrected martial artists. Left commander contributed a lot this time." On the other side of the river, Sky Plant's Royal Court powerhouses had also arrived. King Hua's shadow appeared and looked at Zhao Xingwu. Zhao Xingwu said unusually calmly, "I will only fight Qi Huanyu. I will not participate in other matters." King Hua said indifferently, "Where are the things?" Fong Ping took them away. Fong Ping. At this moment, these powerhouses remembered this name. Everything was taken away by Fong Ping, including Mount Royalty. All the powerhouses were clear that everything in the emperor's tomb had been taken away by one person. This was beyond their expectations. Qi Huanyu, Zhao Xingwu, and the other powerhouses had entered, but they had gained nothing. In the sky above the Forbidden Sea, the emperor-level powerhouse from Nameless Mountain was overflowing with cold air. Dead. They were all dead. Other than these people, everyone else was dead. Needless to say, his disciple was also dead. In Mount Royalty's direction, Fate King only looked at Ji Yao at first. Then, his expression changed slightly. Where was the Black Dragon? The Black Dragon Guardian was his old friend. Where had the Black Dragon's only descendant gone? At this moment, Ji Yao's voice was icy as she shouted, "Imperial Ancestor, the Black Dragon has been killed by Fong Ping. I hope that Imperial Ancestor can kill Fong Ping." The Black Dragon was killed. Fate King's eyes suddenly turned cold. Damn it! How did Qi Huanyu do things? The Black Dragon, Qi Huanyu, these two were the top powerhouses below the true king. They should have been the strongest forces on Destiny Royal Court's side. In the end, not only did they gain nothing, but even a god powerhouse like the Black Dragon was dead. How could he explain this to the Black Dragon? Fate King's eyes were cold. He looked at the people in Warlord's hands again. Whether Fong Ping was here or not, these people better not leave a single one alive. At this moment, Zhang Tao looked at him calmly. Fate King said indifferently, "Martial King, Fong Ping took something he shouldn't have and killed someone he shouldn't have. This time, you can't protect him unless you want to become the land of rebirth's public enemy." Zhang Tao smiled faintly. Opportunity, treasure snatching, it all depends on one's ability. You really know how to accuse others. Zhang Tao smiled indifferently, as if he did not care. At this moment, the boundary zone's barrier suddenly turned transparent. Fong Ping stood on top of the Sky Palace, looking far away, smiling brightly. No one knew if he saw the powerhouses from all sides. Fong Ping waved his hand in all directions. In the blink of an eye, the boundary zone's barrier turned cloudy again, unable to peek. Gong Yuzi, Fong Ping, unquestionable sword. Purple Cap Mountain really took in Fong Ping. How dare they? Unquestionable sword is the public enemy. Gong Yuzi is digging his own grave. Numerous voices shook the void, and they carried a cold and murderous aura. The Demon Emperor's identity was confirmed. If not, how could Fong Ping enter Purple Cap Mountain? At this moment, Zhang Tao frowned slightly. How did Fong Ping sneak in? Was Gong Yuzi, that old thing so easy to deceive, or was it to confirm Fong Ping's identity as unquestionable sword? At this moment, no one cared about Warlord anymore. Fong Ping had appeared, and he was in Purple Cap Mountain. Unquestionable sword's reincarnation was even more important than the divine weapon. Moreover, the divine weapon had an owner. Most people could not take it away. Even if they did, there would be some aura left behind. The people in Warlord's hands did not have such an aura. You're tuning in to the Mystic Fist YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.